Fuck yeah! Are we ready to see some PvP, baby? I'm so fucking ready. Yo, let's get ready to rumble, baby! Alright! Oh god, I'm so amped! Alright, please give me the opening scene to the Blue Squadron Open. Hello everybody and welcome to the Blue Squadron Open. I am here at A Stadium. I should have picked which stadium. Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. And the crowd is going absolutely no, ma'am, not right. Your breath. Yes, I will sign your breath. Just pop the. You're the real heroes. No, all of you. God, it was a beautiful day when I woke up this morning. 80 degrees, and no, I'm not talking about the weather. This is not a safe broadcast, so please, for families, so please hide your kids, hide your shies, hide your wives. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. We have a ton of PvP ready for you guys today. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Some of the best players on the whole server are out here today and ready to compete right in front of you guys, and I get to cast the whole goddamn thing. So without further ado, let's take a look at the bracket. All right, yo, crowd, can we get the crowd? Can we settle down? Can we put just bring it back. All right, yeah, just keep it back a notch. Okay. All right. I might have to adjust the music a little bit for you guys. There we go. As we get in here, you can see we have our very first match of the day. It is going to be Female Enjoyers versus Elton. Spelled incorrectly, you fucking rat pieces of dog shit, motherfucker. It's gonna be okay, though. Let's go ahead and take a look. Honestly, you notice that none of the players are on the bracket, and that's okay. If we could get the predictions started up, that would be absolutely fantastic as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at Female Enjoyers as a team. So this is Female Enjoyers here. You have I'm Smash, Zadie, and Spark Boys all on the same team here. And it's the Clash team. It's the Clash team. And honestly, if you troll me in the tournament sign-up, this is what you get, okay? So we have an Awakening Musa, 4 years on the class. He was a guild versus guild finalist, so Clash had an inter-guild tournament, and he was a finalist in that, but he's really not had too much tournament experience outside of that. Zadie over here on the Succession has 2 years on the class, and rank 1 Diablo 3 player, but probably the most important thing written on his profile is that he got 2 gold stars for drawing an absolutely monster picture of a rabbit in the 3rd grade. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And honestly, I don't know how that pertains to this tournament, but I'm sure it helps him. Spark Boys on the Awakening Dark Knight with exactly 1,231 days on the class, little over 3 years, close to 3.5 years on the class. He is Guru 50 processing, so if anyone starts using an alchemy table in the middle of the match, this man is going to know what to do. And for all the George Foreman grills of the chat, he is seeking female companionship. But for those of you that maybe are not George Foreman grills, the female part is, of course, optional. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at the Elton side of things. These fucking rant pieces of shit. Alright, they spelled Elton wrong. They even had a question mark after it, but I was too tilted to actually fucking use it. And we have Ares from Vertex on the Succession Zerker. He's only been on the class for 3 months, but hey, he has at least 8 fingers, so he can play the fucking class. Am I right, chat? He has multiple top 8 finishes, aka participation trophies, in the tournaments he's been in the past. Get dumpstered. And he has more compasses than brain cells. If you name your team fucking Elton, I'm coming for that ass. You understand? I'm coming for that ass. You deserve this. Sofa Kingdom from Villainous on the Awakening Valk. Now, he's only been on the class for 3 months, which makes me doubt him a little bit. I mean, Awakening Valk is kind of a difficult class to play. Seeing him on there, seeing him on it for only 3 months is rough. But I did report him. He has been reported by a random member of the chat for owning a compass as well. And then finally, Death City on Vertex on the Subdraconia. Again, multiple participation trophies. But he's only been on the class for 7 days. But again, that is okay, as everyone in chat knows. You really only need to spend about fucking 3 hours on the class before you're a literal professional top 100 Arena of Solar finisher. Alright. So now you guys know your players. You know the first match. Let's take it over to the versus screen. And let me get the okay go ahead from my tournament lead. Drunken, are you ready? Okay, give me start, stop, start. Alright, we are starting our first match of the day here. Again, it's female enjoyers versus Team Elton. Get your predictions in now, as it's going to be a close match. Honestly, none of these players are super well known, and not too many of them have a crazy amount of experience in tournaments. So, like, honestly, this is a great opening match for the day. The warm-up, the rookie round, you Elton piece motherfucker. Okay. Alright, let's give me the match screen, and we are ready to go. We're looking at Elton here. Again, the Awakening Valk ready to go. The Draconia has both of his fingers on the keyboard. Oh, there's an issue, apparently. Do we have a crasher? Do we have a crasher? Did somebody crash? Okay, alright, gotcha. Alright, I'll give him a minute, let him figure it out. Alright, so we're having technical difficulties on the Clash side. As it turns out, they didn't realize that they needed a mouse to play in the tournament. Normally in Clash, they just rely on their gear, so they kind of just roll their face across the keyboard from left to right. But realizing right before that they were going to go into this match, they realized that they did, in fact, need one hand on the fucking mouse, and should probably realize it's working. So they're going to get that straightened out for us really quick. Make sure you get your prediction in. It's not fair. I never said any of this was going to be fair. Look, the winners get to dress me up however they want. Okay, yo, is this... I feel like the music's not loud enough. I feel like the crowd... Let's bring the music up a touch. I feel like I am just amped out of my fucking mind. What music exactly? You can only... And somebody asked Blue, how am I going to stay awake during this tournament? I assure you, you'll be fine. Okay, the music should be high enough now for you guys. Let me know if the crowd... I can turn the crowd down for you as well. Is that a Canadian dude? The man, the myth, the legend himself, baby, what's up? Alright, so again, the Clash players plugging in their mouse for the first time in over 3 months, as they haven't Node Ward or Sieged in probably 3 months. And they don't do any open world PvP. So again, the mouse, not the joystick. Really important for this one. Alright, let me get an update from Drunken. Drunken, how we doing? Okay. Okay, well, we're just chilling out waiting on them to come back, guys. Woo! Baby, we're up to 228 viewers. It's gonna be an absolutely fantastic fucking day. This is match 1. Again, big reminder to the other Siege guilds who applied. You do need to have your Mycesins plugged in Keyboard optional if you're Draconia. Honestly, you can probably program everything you need into the mouse buttons and play with one hand. Also doable. Corinne, how you doing? How is everybody doing? I'd love to see you guys all saying hi in the chat. Siggy, my favorite emote. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The Clash Boys are just restarting their computers right now, so give them a minute. Okay, alright, give me the start, stop, start. Let's get it rocking. The production is unreal. You ain't seen shit yet. We haven't even gotten to the good shit yet. Alright, it is start, stop, start time. Please give me match scene. The gates are down, and we are back looking at the Clash Boys. This time, I'm gonna start over on their side. They are female enjoyers spawning in right now. Beautiful. Beautiful. Again, this is a succession hash, so he hits one button, jumps behind him, lands the KD. Oh, it's so free. But honestly, if you can play around that, that's one of the big only real gimmicks that succession hash really has. But damn, is it a good one. They just come out of nowhere, they do. All right, it's gates up, and away we go into the first match here. And we are just controlling space. The Musa getting a little active with it. Death City on the Draconia just diving straight in. He's saying, I don't need to worry about my health bar. I'm a Draconia. Charging up in the middle of the arena. Rocking out over here, the strike. Look at this. Hash just kiting around. He's below half health already. Zabi getting stiffened, but no follow-up there. I think I have effects turned off. I will turn effects back on after this match, I promise right now. But that's okay. We have Death City on the ground right now, taking a lot of damage. No V coming out right there. He wasn't just KD'd, he got floated, he just didn't V. Another float onto Ares, but he does get the V off. This time, Sofa Kingdom poking the ground, letting the ground know who's boss. The grab was interesting. Someone was in that general vicinity. It was okay. Ares gasping for air. That's only a frontal guard now. Holy shit, do we read patch notes? The Suckzerker standing up. He's confused. He's wondering, I'm supposed to be in permanent super armor. Armin, are you seeing this? Change this before you leave Pearl Abyss. Sofa's gonna go down now too. Ares fighting in the middle of the arena by himself. He will go down as well. The Suckzerker in utter confusion right now, wondering why he's getting CC'd out of his permanent super armor. And again, the patch notes have shown us now that those are only frontal guards at this point. Thank you for all the follows coming in right now. We're going to go into the second round here. Again, guys, I will turn effects on after this match. I forgot to turn them off for Siege yesterday. Billion-dollar company can't leave effects on for Siege. All right. So, honestly, Clash, female enjoyers winning that first round. Elton needs to play a little bit slower. They need to go after... They have plenty of grabs. They can play nice and safe on that Awakening Valkyrie. They need to play around the Valk. The Valk cannot keep up with the speed of the Zerker. The Musa diving straight in like Shaky Babe playing by himself. The Suckzerker diving in right now as well, but he's taking a lot of damage, but this manages to heal it back up. Death City spamming his Draconia skills in the middle of the arena. Brimbolt Strike doesn't really connect with anything. Trying to keep up with the rest. Honestly, the rest of the match, Ares jumping around right now, meeting up with Sofa Kingdom in the middle. Sofa Kingdom playing very slow. You love to see that on the Valk. They're positioned really well around their Awakening Valkyrie here. And oh, we get a Celestial Spear on Zabi. Zabi's down. He does not V. It was a KD. Absolutely beautiful knockdown on Zabi. Excellent follow-up. And now it's a 3v2. The Clash Boys on the back foot here. We're kiting into the middle of the arena again. Ares does land the knockdown. Death City on the ground now, though. Ares on the ground now, too. Taking a lot of damage. The Valk is unable to save him. And he will go down. And now it's... Oh, but we lose one from female enjoyers as well. Just the Dark Knight. Just Spark Boys alive from female enjoyers now. Valkyrie misses the grab. Not quite able to connect with it there. The DK really tough to pin down for a Draconia and a Valkyrie. But honestly, they can just play slow and wait for time. They really don't need to try to corner the DK at all. The DK, oh my god, the DK gets caught by Celestial Spear. Terra Sancta misses wide on the back foot, but that's okay. There's enough damage there, and the DK will go down. It's 1-1. Back at it for a Team Elton. Female enjoyers, the PayPal's going through. I need you to beat Elton. They can't last another round. Do you understand me? Not another round.
Subscribe for you to turn on effects.
I will turn on effects the next round, I promise. I forgot to check that it was on. That's the only thing. It's my bad. This is just a rough draft. It's okay. They didn't have their mouses plugged in. I forgot to turn effects on. This is basically the same fucking thing. Alright, it's 1-1 and the chat wants their goddamn points, so can we get this gate open? There we go, and away we go. The Musa is off to the races like an F1 race going around the side of the arena, and Clash is nice and spread out versus Elton, who's trying to stay together, playing around. Ooh, Zabi jumping in right now. Beautiful vacuum coming out, but doesn't quite catch anybody. Ares rotating that super armor in the middle of the arena there. On that Suck Zerker. Oh my goodness, who just got really low? The Musa on female enjoyers got really, really low. Appropriate character name, my ass hurts. Appropriate. The Musa very low, but very difficult to catch down. Catches him with below the belt. Ares cannot oh, he does get back up. No re-CC there, but he could not be on the knockdown there. And again, I'm Smash running for his life through the arena right now, but I don't believe the play is to have everyone chase the Musa. I don't think you're ever gonna catch him. Ares caught again. I'm Smash though caught as well. Caught on the fucking Valkyrie vacuum. On the backside of that, you have got to watch that vacuum. It is a knockdown at the very end of the skill. I'm Smash finally does get grabbed, and that should be the end of his life. And they're all three, 1, 2, 3, down and out. Elton will move on. Female enjoyers plug their mouse in. Unfortunately, still not able to come up with the W. Thank you for coming out. You guys did great. Let me really quickly, before we go over to the analyst desk, let me turn on effects real quick. Beautiful. Beautiful. Complete that prediction. There we go. Now I can actually cast appropriately. My witch kind of looking kind of fresh there. All right, now we're going to take it over to the analyst desk. Hey, let's go, baby! How we doing? Again, I'm your host, Blue Squadron. Joined here on the analyst desk, we have Armin. And Lemuria. Unfortunately, there were no Rangers in the last match, so Lemuria has no idea what is going on. Armin, as a player of BDO and the top player in Arena of Solar for the last 6 years, please tell me, why do you think I'm still not a BDO partner? Oh, wait. Silent. Speechless as usual. I'm just saying. I think the moral of the story in that match is play slow, play for your team comp, and of course, make sure your mouse is plugged in. Let's go ahead and bounce over to the bracket again. Let's go ahead and advance that real quick. Let's take a look at what our next match is going to be. Let's see. Female Enjoyers 1-1, Elton 1-2. All right, Elton advances, and oh god, ooh, speaking of Armin, that's going to be a rough match for him on the next one, but we'll get to that next. The next match is going to be Dap versus Ice and the Kids. And now, Team Dap, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan, personally, of Team Dap, but we'll get into that in a second. Where is my Ice? Where is right Ice? There we fucking go. All right, let's go. Let's look at Team Dap first because I'm a personal fan here. Drag Armin up. Nah, it's okay. It's okay. He's got to play here in a second. Let's get the predictions started for the second match. This is Team Dap. You of course have Zachary, Etsu Moon, and Zachary's brother Sazane. They are in fact brothers. Zachary and Etsu are both in Enemy, while Sazane is in Pimps. Zachary on the Awakening Sork. He's only actually been on Awakening Sork for 2 years, and that surprised me because I thought he'd been on it for much longer. But of course, Zachary always rent-free and shaky base head, and you love to see that. Honestly, you could put that on a resume for a job, and they just take you by default. And of course, the Montage King, Zachary himself. If you've never seen Zachary's YouTube videos, go look him up. He's fantastic. Etsu Moon, everybody knows Etsu. on the Awakening Dark Knight. He's been on the class on and off, as it's been good and bad over the last 3 years. He's a rank 2 DK, get good, you fucking shitter, and AOS right now, and he's an absolute king of the Battle Arena. I remember growing up on Etsu Moon, and remember when I was a DK back in the day, 3.5 years ago, and I would watch Etsu stream and like, God damn, I wish I was that good, man. So he's a prodigy, the myth, the legend himself. And then, of course, Zane, on the Awakening Hash, leading Pimps, the GM of Pimps. He's a brand new content creator, and wouldn't you just look at that? Already better than his brother. I just added what was on the form. I just added what was on the form. There's nothing I could do. There's literally nothing I could do. All right, and let's go ahead and take a look at Team Ice over here, so you guys can make your prediction well. This, of course, is Styx, Lucas, and Corey. Some of you remember Corey. Corey went by a different name back in the day, but has a new family name. These are all ex-dismantled members. Styx on the Succession Valkyrie, normally gear carried, but unfortunately no gear in the Battle Arena, although, to his credit, he did remember to plug in his mouse, so he's already a step over the Clash players. He has no tournament EXP, and again, he's had 43 attempts on a Pen Black Star, 0 success. Now, his good friend and mentor, Lucas, one-tap Pen Black Star, easy peasy, your dog shit, literally learned to get good. 2 years on the Suck Witch, as if, bitch. No tournament experience. Lucas has been a gearlet, hanging out and dismantled for a very, very long time now. Again, no tournament experience on him. Now, Corey is the one that really, really wants to carry this. Now, we said Etsu was an excellent DK. Corey is a sleeper agent on the Awakening DK. This man is an absolute... I mean, he went through... I remember his PvP trial. This man farmed every member of my guild, including the Flex Squad. Actually nutty. This guy is insane on the DK. How he will stack up against Etsu, I don't know. But these are probably the two of the 3 best DKs on the server. ATL, of course, isn't in the tournament, but, like... 2 of the best DKs that we have today here. He's a top fragger in Wars, and most of all, he's probably the best chat PvPer present today. Okay, we're going to move over to the versus screen here. Get your predictions in. Drunken, are you ready? Okay, we have one member crashed. So we are still logging in here. Make sure you have your predictions in, guys. Again, it's Dap versus Ice and the Kids. Team Dap, let's go, baby! You'll love to see that hype. Is Drunken ever ready? Actually, Drunken's doing a phenomenal job here, keeping everybody lined up. It's again, multi-billion-dollar company, ladies and gentlemen. And believe it or not, the worst part of the production is ironically the game itself. That's crazy. That's actually insane. I need mod. Hold on. Give me mod first. /mod. Allie. There you go, mod. There you go, Allie. Look at the prediction. Let me look at this prediction here. Let me just take a gander while we're chilling here. 35,000 on DAP. Oh my god. 3.3k on Ice and the Kids. Okay, the PayPal went through. Suzanne, don't make it look too obvious. Okay? Not too obvious. Holy shit. Bro, if ever there was an underdog here, it would be Ice and his little chiclets. Oh, goodness. And we are waiting. Lucas is still logging in. He did crash, so we are chilling out here. Goodness. I'm going to be honest with you. In terms of overall matchup, I think that Ice and the Kids actually might have an advantage, but that's assuming, of course, that skill level is the same. You're talking... I mean, the biggest problem here, I think, is the mismatch between the Succession... God, my words. I swear to God, I'm not drinking. The Succession Witch versus the Hashashin is going to be a little rough. Suck Witch has a really, really hard time getting away from the hash, especially since it is an Awakening hash. So it's going to be a little tough for Lucas to stay safe. But if he does, he plays slow. He plays around his Suck Valve. He lets the Awakening DK find the openings and lay down the damage. He lays down the support. Their team comp is very, very solid, and they certainly have the skill to make it through. But Zachary, whew, man, Zachary, Sazane, and Etsu are rough to go up against. It's 3 rats, and it's 3 rats that know exactly what the hell they're doing. Oh, I love the Lightbringer. All right, Drunken, how close are we? Okay. All right, yo, did you get Bloom in? Bloom whispered me. There you go. There we go. No, I got him. Don't worry, I'll send him over to you. All right. All right, so Dap is ready to go again. Luck is having a few technical difficulties. I am getting now. He does have. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mute him. He does at least have his keyboard and mouse plugged in, so that is a W. That is a W. If Luckus isn't quite here yet, we might have to move to the next round. We'll see, though. Man is sauced off Mountain Dew. Fuck you, I need this. Dap got farmed by Shaky Bait. Copium. Man, that's some strong shit you're yelling over there. Holy moly. Again, this matchup is kind of tough because it's 3 rat classes into a Suck Valk, the traditional, like, ball composition. Suck Valkyrie, Suck Witch, Awakening DK. So there's 1 rat for, like, the cannon for the damage. You have the support on the Suck Witch, who also obviously does bring some damage. Hopefully he brought Focus Meteor with him, as he's just going to be playing for his life and trying to lay down damage where he can. Okay, we are on stop-start. Thank you so much. We are on the start again. Or start again. Alright, it looks like we are ready to get into this second match here. Please get me back to the match screen. The gates are down, and the players are spawning in. Oh boy, again, this is entirely compositionally based, and who can play around their team better. I do think that the Rats have an advantage here. I think it's going to be a little rough for the Succession Witch. It's going to be tough for her to stay protected. It depends on which 2 core skills she took. I would argue that, ooh, the gates are up. All right, there we go. Ice in the gate. Slow out of the gate here. They need to get... There we go. I was going to say they need to get out of the gate or they're going to get disqualified. They are playing very slow. That's good to see. Styx playing in the middle of the arena, just trying to stay close to his Suck Witch. Luckus uses Equilibrium Break, and sure enough, immediately gets knocked out of the frontal guard and has to V, leaving his 2 allies alone in the center of the arena. I can't emphasize how important it is to play safe when one of your allies is in V. Zachary takes a lot of damage, though. Awakening DK blowing him up in the middle of the arena, but the Suck Witch will go down, is traded for Sazane, and it is a 2v2. Everybody wanted to vote on Dap, but I am telling you, this Awakening DK is an absolute animal. It is 2v1 now, and it's down to Ice. It's Corey against the world. Etsu Moon against Corey, 2 of the best Awakening DKs on the entire server, squaring off against each other. Again, Zachary is here. Welcome, Afterthought, to the 1v1 of the century. Nocturne comes out, Corey kiting back best he can, trying to stay away from, trying to keep his opponents out in front of him here. Zachary trying to keep up with the Awakening DKs who move a lot faster than he does. Corey does get knocked down. Etsu Moon will catch him with the Spirit Legacy, and that will be the end of round 1, but you saw just how explosive this can get. If Zachary had not V'd at that exact moment, Zachary would have gone down there. It would have been a completely different match. Luckus needs to play very safe. Luckus is the Suck Witch. He's got to play safe. I would argue Aqua Gel is probably better here if you're not comfortable using the mouse move on Equilibrium Break. Aqua Gel is just the safer skill into rat compositions like this. It gives you a big AoE slow. It's a nice protected super armor. I think he's going to struggle with that equilibrium break, but we'll see if he changed it here at all, or if he just tries to play a little bit safer. It's gates up for round 2. Magic Shield does come out. No speed spell quite yet. Luck is staying in the back. Stick staying out in front of him. Good posture up there. A missed grab by the Valkyrie. They dive straight through there. Luck is getting to safety, but Luck is diving back. Oh my goodness, Earthquake Evade does a lot of damage. Stick's taking a lot of damage, but it's okay. He's a Valkyrie. He heals it all right back up again. Sazane down very low on health. He will go down. Styx is down now. No, Sazane. No, yeah, Sazane is dead as well. Again, it's a trade. The Suck Valkyrie for Sazane. For the hash in the middle of the arena, and again, it's a 2v2. Luck is caught, though. The Suck Witch on the ground. No V, and he will go down now, too. And again, it's an Awakening DK versus an Awakening DK and Sork. Corey doing his best, but he's taking so much splash damage. He will go down, and it's Dap taking round 2 in a 2-0 against Ice and the Kids, although it did feel very, very, very close. A good fight to the boys. Let's take it over to the analyst desk. We're going to break it down after that last one. Please, Lemuria, how would you break down that last match? Oh, that's my mistake. There wasn't a Ranger. I'll handle this one, too. Again, I think compositionally, Ice and the Kids really had it there. I think Lucas needed to play a little bit safer on that Suck Witch. Maybe consider a few different skills. Like I said, Aqua Gel probably the play there. I know a lot of people frown on it, but in a 3v3 situation like this where you can't take a crazy amount of damage like that and Equilibrium Break isn't working, I think it's probably the play. They did try. They played a lot better the second round, but they traded 1 for 1, and the Suck Valk went down just a little bit too quickly. All right, let's bounce over to the bracket real quickly. They look frozen. It's almost like it's a green screen. That's crazy. I don't know why. Armin's just stone cold Steve Armin today. He just doesn't want to move. I don't know. That's actually crazy. All right, let me... Okay, Dap up 2 there. There we go. And Never Stop Grinding forfeited early on this morning. They said 2 of their members just could not make it, so they were disqualified early. So Shadowball's got to bye through the first round there. And we are on to I Kiss Boys versus Monkey Type Beat. Look, man, I didn't make up the names. Okay, they chose their own names. Okay, but I think you guys are going to recognize some of the players on these 2 teams here. Let's look at I Kiss Boys first. Here we go. This is Pig, a square cow. He gets so mad at me because I say crow all the fucking time, but that's Migsy. And then Block Jump. But you'll notice, again, these are 3 very well-known players in the community. These are 3 very well-known players in the community, but they're not playing any of their main classes. So again, Pig playing on the Awakening Corsair, otherwise known as the Elo Terrorist himself. 2 months on a whole 2 months on the Awakening Corsair, griefing his teams with that. No tournament experience that we know of, and again, the 4th best member of the Hot Boys. Eat my ass. A square cow, Migsy over here, also in Vertex, playing on an Awakening Zerker. Only 2 weeks on the class. Again, no tournament experience on this class, and just edging Pig out to be the 3rd best member of the Hot Boys. Again, eat my ass. Block Jump coming in on the Suck Wizard to Vertex. He gets the participation award in the Hot Boys. We didn't even put his ranking on the... Yeah, we didn't even really put his ranking on there. He's more of a sub. So when Ace and Pig and Migsy, they're one of these people, they're all playing together, and they look over and they see Block Jump in the Discord, and they're like, how badly do we need a 5th? You know what I mean? It's one of those situations. It's one of those situations. Anyway, I love these guys, but they are not on their mains, so that is important to note. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at their opponents here. Thank you for starting the prediction on time. You're a hero. Monkey type beat 1 hour loop, and you're going to recognize a few of these names. This is Belly, the man, the myth, the legend himself. This is the best Succession Witch uncontested in the world, and he's the #1 AOS caster in the game right now. And he has been the entire preseason. The entire preseason. He was second in the best in class and the Tuvala tournament. Choke much? And he had 9 first place finishes in the last 2 years at all of like the vague lesser tournaments that he's participated in video. But he has a tremendous amount of tournament experience. Always chokes at the last minute. But we'll see if he can kind of pull it through today. And then we have Hands over here. FPS abuser is Hands. A strong hairline, which I cannot emphasize enough, is a critical part of playing Awakening Warrior. 28 centimeters, that goes without saying. Multiple first place finishes in the Black Spirit League. Many of you remember the Black Spirit League from long time ago. The Black Spirit League, God, that's back when Vert and Mac and all the best players on the server used to compete with each other 1v1 in a big arena every weekend, and it was hosted by a streamer. It was great. It no longer happens anymore, but multiple first place finishes by Hands there. And again, Miss is on Kunoichi. I couldn't get him to tell me whether or not he was Suck or Awakening. He just said, whatever I feel like, close quote. Time on class, again, long enough. The guy is an absolute fucking legend. He is better than you. I assure you, if you're sitting in a chair right now watching this, he's better than you, unless you're exactly Reezy. He was a second place in the Tuvala finish. He has 7 first place finishes in many tournaments in the last 2 years. So, like, again, a lot like Belly, chokes at the last minute, but has a lot of first place finishes. And since this is not the battle for first place, I would assume that they take this match pretty... very favored for them. Very favored for them. So please get your prediction in. It looks like it's running out of time right now. Again, this is I Kiss Boys versus Monkey Type Beat. Let me check with my tournament producer. Drunken, are you ready? By message... All right, we are waiting. Again, a couple people crashed, so we are waiting. We will break down the match a little bit more here. Again, I think that if Migsy block jump, I think if the Hot Boys, I think if the Hot Boys were on their mains, I Kiss Boys. I think if I Kiss Boys was on their mains, I really do think they actually might be favored here. But I would give it to Monkey Type Beat as the strong favorite here, as everybody else taking the tournament very seriously. I Kiss Boys took a different direction, for sure. But we're going to see if they can honestly pull it out here. Compositionally, I think the Awakening Corsair, it's a, how do I say, sweep the leg kind of situation on the Awakening Corsair. It might be a little difficult to lock her down, but again, the Awakening Corsair has very slow cast animations for Mist to get on top of. The grab was improved in a recent patch, so it buffed Awakening Corsair a little bit, but it honestly does depend on which core skill he does try to take on the Awakening Corsair as well. A lot of people like to take Anchors Away, which is where the anchor comes down. Everybody knows that skill from Awakening Corsair. The anchor comes down, it adds a bound to the skill. But Sea Mist, which is actually the forward F on Awakening Corsair, which is she dashes forward like really quickly. That can catch a lot of people by surprise, and I do think it's better for small scale in this particular situation. I am here for the booba. I respect it. Okay, it looks like we are ready. Thank you. Give me the start, stop, start. Looks like we are ready. We're going into the start, start screen. Again, oh, did we not? Okay, it'll update. It'll update when it goes live here. All right, I'm waiting for the final gates down. There we go. Let's bring it over to the match screen. All right. Again, I think that Monkey Type beat 1 hour loop. I'm just going to call him Monkey Beat. Fuck me. Bro, they always got to name themselves something absolutely ridiculous. It can't be something cool and edgy. You know what I mean? It's got to be some ridiculous stuff. But I do think that iKiss Boys is at a strict disadvantage here. They have a lot less time on their class. They do have good tournament experience, but not on these classes. And they seem to be trolling a little bit. And I think that Belly is ready to shove that staff places where the sun doesn't shine. All right, it is gates up, and away we go here. Block jump trying to funnel BSR at the start. Nobody saw it. It's okay. Bowlight comes out. Doesn't quite catch anything. Missed straight on a Pig. Pig has to V immediately. Block jump on the ground too. What's fucking new? He's dead before he can even V. And Miss goes hunting. Pig on the back foot. Gets knocked over immediately. Miss cleans him up right away. And it's a 1, 2, 3. We didn't even get 14 seconds into that match before they were dead. Again, some people chose to take the tournament a little more seriously than others. We won't point out exactly who it was. But you respect the hustle, you know what I mean? You know what? He's playing Awakening Corsair. Look at him. Look at him. Good for you, buddy. Good for you, Belly says. I thought you said you didn't give us a buy round. Oh, God. All right, we'll see if they can actually... They need to not get CC'd straight out of the gate. All right, it's gates up, and away we go. Block jump slowly coming out. His ass must be hurting after that first run there. Bolide doesn't quite catch anything. TPing around, trying to catch Belly, but taking a lot more damage. Belly rotating the frontal guards. Block jump misses right behind him and knocks him straight into the air. Block jump has to V right away. And it's second grade mob ball soccer on this side of the arena. Oh, Cow gets knocked over. Focus Meteor does a lot of damage. And Belly with that Aqua Jail. I knew I was right. I fucking knew I was right. Look, the rest of this is irrelevant. Belly took Aqua Jail. I knew I was smart. Okay, so Belly on the Aqua Gel does land the slow, and it looks like the match reset a little bit here in the 2v3. A Square Cow charging up on the other side of the arena. Block jump doing what he can on the Awakening Corsair, trying to throw a range. Cow gets caught, though, on the Zerker. No V, gonna get knocked over. Ooh, he tries to get out of there, not quite enough, and now it's a 1v3. Block jump going where team? Belly a little bit low, throws the Focus Meteor out. Oh my God, a beautiful teleport behind him. Does catch him with the stun on Lightning. Belly, an absolute animal, doesn't want to use his heal. There we go. Finally healing back up in the middle of the arena, waiting for Block Jump to kind of meet them here. I'm sorry, Pig to meet them in the middle of the arena. Pig doing the best he can on the Awakening Corsair, kiting around, but again, Awakening Corsair has no damage, doesn't have the CC, doesn't have fast skills. Gonna do... Oh my God, he does manage to catch Belly. That's the caster curse right there. Honestly, you just talk more shit, and Pig says, sit the fuck down, Blue. You know not what you say. Spinning around on the Corsair, catches Belly with a long CC, and manages to kill him, and now he's in a 1v1 here with Miss. Pig turning this shit around on the Awakening Corsair. I can't believe the words coming out of my mouth. Can Pig make this happen? Oh my God, that was all unprotected. It's okay. Slowest C-swap of his life. Gets knocked over. Miz catches him, but he does have his V, so Miz is going to try and sniff. Like a bulldog on the prowl, tries to sniff it out. Doesn't quite sniff out that V. Loads up the cannon. Pig gets caught by the block jump. Oh my goodness. No, does no follow-up there on the stiffened. Pig still swinging around with that lasso on the Awakening Corsair, but unfortunately unable to reload the gun fast enough. Miss is going to auto-attack him to death. Little BM, but okay, we'll take it. Little BM, but we'll take it. Oh my God, honestly, that's what I get. That's what they're like, shut the fuck up, Blue. Shut the fuck up. Know your place, caster. Know your place. They still lost 0-2, though. Still a W for me. Still a W for me. All right, thank you so much for the iKiss Boys for coming out. Monkey type beat will advance. We're going to take it over to the analyst test to break that down real quick. Holy crap, bro, if I'm not guild kicked after this. Hopefully Ace is laughing, bro. Nobody reports you if they're laughing, right? In all seriousness, no, again, I think that iKiss Boys didn't really take that all that seriously there. Belly kind of running them through their hands with some good grabs, and Miss just absolutely nailing it. Honestly, we saw Miss there is the initiator for that team. Honestly, we'll see that play out in the rest of the tournament. Hold on. is the whisper. We'll see that play out in the rest of the tournament here. But we're going to take it over to the bracket stage again. We're going to advance the bracket. We're going to take a look at the next match here. All right, so Monkey Type Beat making it through to the next round here. And so we have Tier 3 Calypso subs. I don't know, bro. People just name themselves things. It's like, Jimmy, you can be named anything in the world, anything you want. What do you want to be named, Jimmy? I want to be named a Tier 3 Calypso sub. What the fuck is wrong with you? Jesus Christ. Anything at all. This is what I get for giving them too much freedom. Way too much freedom. All right, let's take a look at the Calypso sub scorecards. Let's get the prediction rolling here. It already is. Thank you so much, mods. You're on top of it. All right, Tier 3 Calypso subs is King James IRL from Notorious, Bloom from Digital, and Despair from Barcode. King James on the Awakening Striker, no tournament experience, only 7 months on the class, but again, it is a striker. How much experience do you really need? I mean, if you don't need thumbs, the class goes without saying. Bloom from Digital going to the Awakening Musa. I'm pretty sure that Bloom actually mains Maewa, but decided to go ahead and play the sexist, better version of the class on Musa. No tournament experience, 2 months on the class, but hey, who gives a shit? Musa is just super armored damage. You literally can't fuck that up. Despair is really the one that we're all looking at on the Awakening Valkyrie, 1 year on the class, and is in Barcode, which honestly is Strike 2. If you think about it. No tournament experience, it does worry me. Does worry me a little bit. Awakening Valkyrie is an extremely difficult class. And I don't know. He's not a well-known Valkyrie, but you know what? We're gonna take a look-see. We're gonna see just how well he can do there. But again, it's gonna be all about playing around the Awakening Valkyrie. The Awakening Valkyrie is gonna need to keep up with the Striker, who will probably initiate, and the Moose is gonna be throwing down damage while the Valkyrie throws support stuff in there for them. Again, you can't funnel PSR in the arena, so Awakening Valk is hindered a little bit. This is AOS over Trials. I couldn't. The team is not there, but this is AOS over Trials. Dracul Cho Nation. If you guys don't know who this guy is, he's a sleeper agent. He tries to keep his name super down there so nobody knows who he is, but he's in Cho Nation, and he's the rank 1 Awakening Sage in AOS on the whole server. I would argue he is the best Awakening Sage on the whole server. He would say differently, but it's my tournament. Fuck off. He's been on the class since release, and I can vouch for that because he's been gaping my asshole on it in the battle arena for years. Again, he was... I hype him up all this shit, but he ranked last place in the Dismantle tournament from way back in the day. So, like, his tournament experience, not so good, but I swear to God, he's amazing. Everybody knows this second man here. This is Raiden GTR. Again, another Cho Nation Awakening Valk. Arguably the best Awakening Valk on the server. Lane can eat my ass. 3 years on the class. Everybody knows who Raiden is. He's the montage guy. He does not have the guide for Awakening Valkyrie. That is Amu. But in the absence of Amu, Raiden is up tremendous. Rank 1 Valkyrie in the Arena of Solar. Participation trophy, though, in the best in class tourney. So again, there's a common theme here. You can almost hear the choking through the microphone. Amazing players get into a tournament. Absolutely throw. Actually insane. Bo Buddy, also Cho Nation, Awakening Warrior, 5 years on the class, basically been playing since release. No tournament experience, but that also does mean that he's never choked, so quite honestly, that's better than both Raiden and Drac. So, I mean, that's just a W. So, honestly, what we're looking for out of this team here is just, please, God, don't choke. But this is, I would say, the favorite as far as skill matchups goes. I do have to hand it to AOS over Trials. We are going to go to the versus screen here, which is going to indicate to my tournament lead. Are you ready, buddy? Okay. Give me the start, stop, start. All right, make sure you get your predictions in if you have not already. It is Tier 3 Calypso subs versus AOS over Trials. And again, AOS over Trials without that tournament experience. Actually, with that tournament experience, but doing very, very poorly. in the tournaments they have actually participated in. And then Tier 3 Calypso subs really just need to make sure that they play together. It's going to come down to how good that Awakening Valk is. He is matched up against Raiden, who is the rank 1 Awakening Valkyrie on the server in AOS. We are moments away from gates up, and Calypso is not quite near the gate. Okay, it's gates up. And they are not going to leave the gate. They're going to disqualify themselves. Okay, never mind. They barely got out of the gate. They're playing very, very cautiously here, trying to keep up with that Awakening Valk in the wheelchair. Looks like the class buff does come out from the Barcode Valkyrie here. Dracul just going to kite around, use his iframes to stay safe on that Sage. Wait for everyone to clump up in the middle of the arena. There it is, and then start throwing down a crazy amount of damage. Raiden doing a great job of positioning, keeping himself in the center of everything, but not taking any damage, keeping his team healthy. And a big exchange there, but nothing really happens. King James rotating a big super armor, but does get caught out, gets KD'd. No V out of King James on that one, and it is a 3v2. AOS versus Trials up now in the 3v2. Bloom getting very low from Digital there. The Musa gonna go down to just the raw amount of damage, and it is the 1-2-3. AOS Trials says, fool me once. Shame on you, fool me twice. We will not lose. We will not get a participation award in this tournament. No one beats us 6 times in a row and gets away with it. Alright, so Calypso gonna have to bring it back after that last one. King James, ironically, Striker and Awakening Striker, extremely protected class, gets caught out of his super armor rotation. I'm not sure if that is a Pearl Abyss diff, a ping diff, or just a skill diff, but he did get caught out of his super armor rotation there, knocked over, and since it was a knockdown, you cannot V knockdowns in this game, as everybody knows now, as the Arena of Solar has pointed out for everybody. So, needs to play a little bit safer there, but I think the Valkyries played really well. Despair Bro really playing that Awakening Valkyrie well, matching Raiden exact where he can here. Celestial Spear comes out, doesn't quite catch anything. Despair Bro lingering that super armor in the middle of the arena. Bow Body taking a lot of damage on the Warrior, but he puts his back to the wall and he's fine. Oh my god, what is this angle? Is absolutely ridiculous. There we go. The Valkyrie gets a little low, but he does heal himself back up. That's 1v out. King James caught again on his back, and it's a KD, so he can't be. He will go down again. There's a common theme here. It's a 3v2 again, leaving the Musa and the Valkyrie defend for themselves. Oh, Despair Bro just can't stay healthy now. There's no support for him. He gets put on the ground. Down he will go, and now it's just the Musa from Digital. It's Bloom dashing around the arena, throwing that super armor damage. Bow Body is having none of it, though, as he grabs him, throws him to the ground. The V comes out, and it's only a matter of time. He does V on the other side of the arena, and there we are now entering the F1 race of a lifetime. Goes for the stub arrow, doesn't quite catch anything. He's not long for the world. He's dashing around. There's the grab again, beautiful hands, and it will be the quick 2-0 for AOS over Trials. No choke today, Raiden showing up big. Good shit, let's take it over to the analyst desk to break that down. Alright, honestly not bad. Very impressed by Despair Bro, very impressed. That's again the Caster Curse, man. Caster Curse. That guy showed up really well. King James on the Striker, again a very protected class. Not the one that you think he's not getting grabbed, he's just getting caught out. You can't do that against players of this caliber. Just not where it's at. So unfortunately, down and out. I thank them for participating though. Just go back to Calypso's stream. It's gonna be okay. Just re-tier 3. She'll talk to you. You'll hear the grill voice, and you'll feel better. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Let's take it over to the bracket. And let's advance that. Let's take a look at the next match here. Let's keep things moving along. AOS over Trials up 2-0 there. They will advance on. And they will fight. Ooh, that monkey type beat. Oh my goodness, things are starting to heat up. So in the next match, we have Elo Assassins versus Pride Month, which is going to be quite an interesting one. Larry said he kind of wanted to run it down on me, but I told him it was just, I wasn't having any of it. Let's look at Elo Assassins first. There we go. All right. As I just said, Larry Fish on the Elo Assassins. In digital on that Succession Valkyrie, Domfang from Goon on the Succession Witch, and Caitlyn, a little known Succession staff from Vertex. We'll get to her in just a moment, but we'll start it off with Larry Fish. Larry Fish, second place in the Best in Class tournament, only to Paladin, the man, the myth, the legend himself. But Larry is the one that wrote the guide on Succession Valkyrie because, again, Paladin is too lazy to do that. So Larry is the guy that you go to for everything Suck Valkyrie. He answers all your questions. He's been on the class for 3 years. He has been playing Awakening recently, so he's busting off the rust to bring it back on the Succession Valkyrie for this tournament here. Domfang from Goon on the Succession Witch. This man or woman, this man is an absolute animal. This man is an absolute animal. Only 2 years on the class. Top 3 Witch in Arena of Solar. And again, second best staff in Goon. Belly says, sit the fuck down. You're trash. You're literally dog shit. Know your place. But Domfang, absolute monster on the Succession staff. Gonna be really, really hard to lock him down on that Witch. Caitlyn on the Suck Wizard. So we have a Suck Witch and a Suck Wizard. Caitlyn on the Suck Wizard. 2 years on the class. No tournament finishes, but do not let that fool you. Caitlyn is a super gamer on the Succession staff. Kind of keeps to herself, but man, oh man, does this woman know how to, yes, woman, know how to play BDO. That is an awesome composition in my opinion, especially in Trials. It's very different than AOS. So we have a Suck Valk and 2 Suck staffs. If they just play around their Suck Valk, they have a lot of healing, they have a lot of support, they have a lot of buff damage, they have a lot of catch. That is an excellent, excellent composition. And then Pride Month, we will skip over to them. Pride Month is gold, but again, I just hyped them all up, and then this team is loaded as well. We got Goldstein, Berg, and Juiced. Oh my god, bro, get him off. In the short bus, peeling out. We have Complicated and Vertex on that Succession Valkyrie, and Shanko on the Awakening Sork. All 3 of these members stream. If you guys have never heard of them, where the fuck have you been? Please go look up their streams and give them the beautiful follow that they deserve. Goldenstein on the Awakening Warrior. Everybody knows this guy. His guides are legendary. He's got a lot of energy. He's an absolute animal. He got first in Armin's community tournament, but I think that's less impressive, no offense, Armin, than it was kind of thrown together at the last minute. Then he's top 3 warrior in Arena of Solar, and I think that is a huge deal because Warrior is such a good class in the 3v3. So to be top 3 on the Warrior like that in the Arena of Solar is a big deal here. Complicated on the Succession Valkyrie, 2 shield classes into 2 Suck staffs is going to be kind of rough. It's not going to be as rough as you might feel in Arena of Solar, as the Succession staffs will have a lot more damage, so they should be able to chunk through the guards as long as they play pretty slow. But again, that Suck Valk, very, very tanky. 2 years on the class for Complicated. He got 6th in the Tuvala tournament, and he does have a functioning Q key, which again makes him very, very potent on that Succession Valkyrie. Absolutely insane. Shanko on the Awakening Sork, 5 years on the class. Again, got first in Armin's community tournament. Armin's like, wait, what community tournament? Exactly. And Shanko, 2-time grand finalist in other guild tournaments in the past. So he does have some tournament experience. But he's going to have his work cut out for him trying to chase down 2 Succession staffs as they slow him and they slow him and they slow him. It's going to be kind of a tough matchup for him. He's going to have to play off of Goldstein or Complicated's grabs. It's going to be kind of difficult, but we'll see how it pans out. Get your predictions in. We're going into the versus screen. Let me check with my tournament director. Drunken, are you ready? All right, we are ready to go. Things are moving along nice and smooth. Look at that fucking production value. It's actually insane. Make sure you get your predictions in, boys and girls. Pride Month versus Elo Assassins. I wouldn't say either of them is heavily favored here. Compositionally, they are very, very different here. So it's really going to come down to just how well each composition can play. If the Suck staffs can play safe, work down the frontal guards, I think that they do have a chance to win this. Just keep slows down on the Sork, maybe get a catch there. It is doable, but if they try to play really fast, they're going to play straight into the grabs of the enemy team here. So, like, again, Complicated, Goldstein, they have wonderful, wonderful opposable thumbs, which you can't say the same for every single BDO player, but these two, I know for sure, have excellent opposable thumbs. It's gates up. What's going on here? Hold up. Yeah, what's going on here? Okay, alright, so yeah, okay, so the match did start, but both teams were memeing me, so it really did. DOD is gonna come out, gonna miss, not gonna hit anything. Domfang throwing out the voltaic, showing his hand there. Lightning, Domfang beautifully positioned on the side. Both Suckcasters beautifully positioned on the sides right now, doing exactly what they need to do, playing very, very safe, trying to stay away from those grab classes. Goldstein not taking too much damage. They're trying to run down the enemy team here, but unable to grab. Goldstein loves to play this assassin-style warrior, loves to hold his grab as long as possible here, but oh my god, does get the knockdown on Domfang and has the damage there. Beautiful follow-up right there. Domfang unable to V, does get knocked out right away. Another V does come down. It's a 2v3 right now. Shimko down at half health. Goldstein down at 10%, does have to V as well. So he is in V now too. Larry Fish throwing out JOL in the middle, not catching anything. Caitlyn playing safe, getting very low, but that's okay. She is a Suck Witch. She can heal her, Suck Wizard. She can heal herself back up. Complicated. Playing very, very slowly with Shimko here. Larry throwing out JOL, but gets grabbed on the back foot and will go down there. And that's going to be the 1, 2, 3. The Suck Wizard died off screen there. I can't follow all the action. I'm sorry. But that was the 1 throw 3. The 1, 2, 3 from Elo Ass. Nice abbreviation, Drunken. You're a hero. From Elo Assassins going down there. Pride Month taking the first round there. I think that the Suck staffs played it really, really well at the start there. But we really, they got to keep it together. It has to be a perfect performance for them across the board. And again, Larry has to play perfectly. Larry is really, since the Suck staffs are playing out of their mind, Larry is really the one that has to make sure that he's not getting grabbed, that he's not getting caught. But he wasn't the one. Domfang, unfortunately, was the one that got caught out there and cost them that round, I think. So, like, got to be careful, got to get that V off, although I think he got KD'd and just was not able to stand back up. This is not AOS. These are not bad players. You just have to just be better is the solution here. The gates are up. And away we go. Shimko coming in from the side here, trying to harass Domfang. Domfang not having any of it, kiting back though. We're going to stay on the middle of the arena as Larry is going in here. Sharp Light doesn't catch anything, but does force the V there. Domfang, a beautiful amount of range and positioning coming out of the Suck staffs here. Larry Fish throwing out Judgment of Light, not catching anyone, really just lingering the SA. Caitlyn, ooh, did look like she was on the ground there, but I guess not so much. It just looked like a bug on my stream. Shimko backed out of the fight there. Goldenstein is on the ground, taking a lot of damage from Crow's Storm. Goldstein not gonna, ooh, he does stand back up. He's not gonna V. He gets a monster heal though from his teammates. Complicated gets knocked over for it though, and now he's in trouble. No V from him, and Complicated's gonna go down now, sacrificing his life for the team. Goldstein goes back in. Larry's on his back here. Shimko trying to follow up and keep his teammate healthy. Goldstein losing a lot of health now. Not long for the world, retreating, has to get out, has to put his back to a wall, catching Caitlyn with that spear, the knockdown, does he have the damage? Gravedigger is there, he does catch Caitlyn, but unfortunately takes too much damage from the enemy team, and now it's a 2v1, he does trade, and now it is Shimko against Larry Fish and Domfang. Shimko on that sword, gonna have to look for the catch on the Suck Witch here, I think is the only thing he can do. You can't really work down the Suck Valk, he's gotta kill the Suck Witch, and then he's gotta play for time. He's gotta play for HP, he's got a Grim behind the Suck Valk. It's such a tough matchup for both sides. Honestly, it's not. Oh my goodness, the grab missing wide for Larry, so Shimko knows he can play relatively aggressive now, but he is taking a lot of damage from the Suck Witch. Nightmare comes out. He has to be running low on stamina. Oh my god, he comes out of Nightmare, but gets caught by Voltaic. Domfang not having any of it. It's 1-1. Elo Assassins strike back, baby. Holy cow. Beautiful back and forth. Like I said, I don't think either of these two teams is necessarily favored. It is strictly down to how well they play with each other and around each other. And right there, just, oh my goodness. Oh my crazy amount of goodness. Just trades back and forth. Comes down to a 2v1 at the end. Again, the Suck staffs got to keep their distance, but they have to be in range to support Larry in the center. Larry looking for good catches like he did last time. He just lingering SAs, keeping his resistances up. That Suck Valk on Trials has very, very high resistances, so it's extremely hard to see them outside of grabs. Okay, Larry going out into the middle here. Caitlyn and Donphan standing right next to each other. They do TP to opposite sides. Goldstein gets a beautiful grab on Caitlyn, and she is forced to V immediately. Shinko getting blizzarded while he's in Crows. He is very slow right now. Caitlyn does come out of V. And is kiting around the arena once again. So it is once again a 3v3, just 1v down. Caitlyn doing her best to kite away from this Sork and follow up on what's happening in the middle of the arena. Complicated, taking a lot of damage, but he is a Valkyrie, so he should be okay. Jumping right back into it. Does get his purification off. Heals up for a tremendous amount. And I'm going to zoom out here as this fight is getting nice and wild, complicated, missing his grab there. Caitlyn in a beautiful position, but gets knocked over. Shinko with Grim Reaper's Judgment is not able to put the damage down before the V comes out. Larry comes out of V, and they have sniffed it. Goldstein is all over it. Larry in a lot of trouble. He will go down there. It is now a 1v3. As we lost one of the suck staffs too, Caitlyn just going to go in and is going to lose it. Pride Month is going to take it over the top of Elo Assassins. Holy moly. What an energized round that was. That was the most even match I think we have seen so far. Actually nuts. I mean, really, really tough for the suck staffs to stay as protected as they were, for them to play around Larry, but the way that you guys saw it in round 2, they were able to take that, but they have to play on a knife's edge, you know? Like Caitlyn getting caught by Dream of Doom there, and having to V, left Larry out to dry, and it was just a cascade of bad effects. You just constantly have to be aware, and the suck staff just really struggles into those rat matchups sometimes like that, unless you're playing perfectly, in which case suck staff could be very good against those rat classes. But we're going to take it into the next. We're going to proceed with the bracket here. Let's see. Let's give Elo Assassins their win. Oh, but it was Pride Month that took it. In the end, they will advance on to the next round. It is going to be Meat Boys versus SML in the next round, and these are two pretty well-known teams. There we go. I got it all set up now. Let's get the predictions started. We'll look at Meat Boys first, as I do think. Ooh, man. This is going to be tough, and you see these names and you know why it's going to be kind of tough. Johnny 5 in Orphans, otherwise known as Coast, on the Awakening Warrior, 9 months on the class, second in the survey tournament, also the shot caller for Orphans, and know that it's not an orphanage, but yes, he does shot call for children. Orphans is the renamed Coast, so he's the shot caller for his guild. The reason I included that in there is having a shot caller in a 3v3 is actually critical to your team's success. Having someone that can call things out clearly and call for plays and follow up on CCs, that's a big deal in a 3v3. People underrate it. Please join voice and AOS. Stop fucking running it down on me. Thank you so much. Retrospect in Isolated, and this is the big one. On the Suck Nova, everybody is starting to know who Retrospect is. Again, I talked to Retrospect a little bit before his match today, and I said, what's with your success on the Succession Nova? You're the top-ranked Succession Nova in Arena of Solar in North America, probably the world. What is the secret to your success? And he said, honestly, Blue, I turn off my monitor, I place my nose on the S key, and I roll left and right again as necessary. No mouse at all. Succession Nova is literally just that fucking easy and brain dead. So, honestly, and you heard it from him, those are his words, not mine. Sheepsy in Excalibur on the Succession Draconia. 2.5 weeks on the class, but he does have at least 3 fingers, so we know that he can be top 100 on that Succession Draconia. Again, Sheepsy was second in the survey tournament as well. I casted that a little while back, but he was playing Suck Kunoichi in that tournament. He's a filthy Flavor of the Month reroller, but again, he has at least 3 fingers, so he can basically do whatever he wants. Let's take a look at SML on the other side of it, so you guys can get your predictions in. It is going to be Saint Felipe, Muffin, and Locks. Some of these people you might know, but most of them you might not. Let me fill you in. Saint Felipe is in Vicious. On the Awakening Sork, he's only been on the Awakening Sork for 4 months on the class, but I've seen him in Arena of Solar, and right there you know, oh god, he's only gold. He got 3rd in his guild tournament. He is, like I said, he's an Arena of Solar enjoyer, but he plays with me, so how good could he be? Honestly, I love him to death. I like having him on my team because he's better. He's much better than most of the people at the ELO, but, yeah. Not much that needs to be said there. Muffins from Orphans. Again, this guy has jumped around guild to guild. He was in Ghost, I believe, for a while. But now he's in Orphans on the Suck Guardian. Only 3 weeks on the class, but how long do you really need to have been playing Succession Guardian, really? No tournament experience, however, he is strong like Jackie Chan in Rush Hour 3. Again, not Rush Hour 2, 3 specifically. Is one of my favorite macros in the entire fucking game. Locks. Guildless, so you know he's a terrorist. He's on the Awakening Tamer, and he is at least top 5 of the 7 remaining Tamers on the server. He is at least top 5. I can say that with confidence. He's had at least 4 months on the class, so honestly, Locks on the Awakening Tamer might be kind of a sleeper here. Guildless Tamer is scary. Hold me. Yeah. Honestly, the Awakening Tamer just walks onto your rotation. They're not in a guild, and you just say, hold me. It's actually just that. It's actually just that rough. So get your predictions in, guys. You have 45 seconds to get it in. We're going to go to the versus screen. Say that again, Drunken. Are you guys ready? Okay, I'm at the versus screen, so you're going to go. All right, bro, this production value. We are moving. We are start, stop, starting. This is the last round. This is the last match of the first round of the tournament. And then we're going to get in, and things are going to start to get spicy. Not that they're not spicy already. Alright, here we go. We are moments away from gates up. I'm interested to see how well this Awakening Tamer plays here. Awakening Tamer can strictly be dead weight if they don't know how to play it well enough, or it can be absolutely out of control. Like, why do people complain about this class? Also, as a side note, to the fucking developers watching, could you please fix hailing while you're paying attention here? Is this on? Are you hearing me for the Tamer mains out there? Please fix the fucking pet. Okay, thank you. Just, it had to be said. It had to be said. Had to be said. All right, looks like we're moments away from gates up. It's taking a little longer than I had anticipated. There we go. It's gates up, and we are in the back of the muffins this way. The exit's this muffins. That's all right. We'll just restart. Yeah, you got confused. I understand. One of them was a concrete wall. The other one was the very clear path. But, you have to have your monitor on to know that. And that's my mistake. You're going to have to turn your monitor on so you know which way to run out of the gate. Fucking suck Guardians, bro. Alright, it actually took away 15 seconds of the match time there, so I will restart the match if it goes all the way to completion here. But I don't think it will matter too much. Alright, we are 10 seconds away from gates up, and it looks like Muffins has turned on his monitor and is facing the correct direction this time. So it looks like we are going to get an actual match here. Alright, it's gates up and away we go, and it looks like, again, SML moving off to the left side of the arena, staying together as a unit. You can tell that they are playing. Look at that. They are playing together really, really well on that side of the arena over there. Sheepsy, Retro Spec, and Johnny Fott. What did I say? Left to right. Left to right. No mouse needed. No mouse needed. Literally no mouse needed. This is the best Suck Nova gameplay in North America, ladies and gentlemen. You're seeing the secrets here first. I need an adult. I need an adult. I literally lost this guy. I need an adult. Okay, and now it looks like he's got his weapons out and they're ready to go in here. They've collapsed from all sides. A lot of damage coming down on the gate deck. He has to get out of there immediately. That's the Tamer. Oh my goodness, was not ready for that. Saint Felipe also taking a lot of damage. They were not ready for the Nova Blitz. I wasn't ready for the Nova Blitz. He was evasion rolling, for fuck's sake. Muffins trying to recover the situation, kiting around, doing his best to use those iframes on that Suck Guardian, but doing a lot of damage to Johnny 5. Johnny 5 wondering what the hell he's taking so much damage from here. It does look like we did lose Muffins there. As Saint Felipe kiting around in the middle of the arena goes into Nightmare. to try and buy himself some time. The Sork really low on his health. Johnny, oh my god, Felipe down at 5% HP and the bleed is ticking, but he's got iframes. The Sork kiting around now, trying to pot back up, losing a lot of HP, and they are trying to run him down. Retro really hoping his pet does get the catch there. And the V comes out, trying to get away from that gargoyle. K-Tech by himself now on that Tamer, staying in block there, trying to capitalize for his friend Felipe and the Tamer playing with each other. They do manage to pick one. It's the Draconia. Only 3 fingers were just not enough to play the goddamn class. If only you had some sort of PA that could heal you back to full health. The technology's just not there, you dog shit. No, sorry, okay. Alright, St. Felipe kiting back now, and it is a 2v2. Retro catching people with his pets. Johnny 5 in the middle of the arena. They are staying together. It's 2 block classes into... Oh no, St. Felipe getting caught. There, you can't do that, and that is going to be game. Yeah, okay, alright. We didn't see the other one go down. He died to a bleed. That's my bad. But St. Felipe is going to go down at the end there. The Draconia just cannot get caught like that. But I'm going to be honest with you, seeing the Drag get caught like that should tell you immediately this is a Karate Kid situation. You walk over to your instructor and he just says, sweep the leg. One of them has less fingers than the rest of the people playing. You need to sweep that leg. I can't believe the words coming out of my mouth, but the Draconia is going to keep himself the least protected of the 3. The biggest thing here is I think that SML needs to be ready to get jumped right at the start. It put them on the back foot. They lost a lot of pressure really, really early on. And they spent most of the match scrambling, so I think if they can just not get caught off guard this time, they have a good opportunity to take the round. But you just can't lose that much HP that early on, that many Vs that early. It just puts you behind. All right, it's gates up, and away we go into match 2 here. And again, SML with the same strategy. Again, it was working last time. They just need to be a little bit more on point about making sure that they don't get jumped. Let's go make sure that Retrospec is not trying to roll through the arena. And it does look like Johnny 5 Retro positioned out in front here, and the Draconia just a crazy amount of damage positioned behind them. You're wondering why they're positioned like this. Retro and Johnny 5 cannot take damage from their frontal guards if they're standing behind a wall. So they can't take damage from the range classes on the enemy team. But again, I'm not really sure why that's relevant, as there is basically no range other than Dream of Doom on the enemy team. As we finally clash here, K-Tech immediately has to be on that Tamer once again. God, it's just almost a shot-for-shot remake of the first round here. Muffins kiting around in the middle of the arena, tries to jump out of it. St. Felipe very low, but he is on Sork. He needs to try... Oh, go. Grim Reaper's Judgment comes out. He does get a lot of his HP back there. Kiting back now, using those iframes on the Sork. He's keeping himself safe. And it's basically a full reset here. Johnny 5 charging forward, trying to catch on to that Tamer, but the Tamer is not having any of it. St. Felipe and the Tamer flanking from the side here, while Muffin approaches from the other side of the arena. They have not been able to catch a CC yet, which is part of what concerns me on this team here. I'm not sure who's necessarily supposed to be initiating, as we keep seeing trade after trade after trade. But I think that's how you have to play it into these 3 block classes. It's so hard to catch a CC. I know I'm harping on him for it, but the Tamer really does kind of need to grab here, or they have no range to work down the blocks. I mean, it's just so favored right now, unless the Draconia, again, slips up on his keyboard, maybe turns his monitor off. It's going to be really rough for them. We go into the middle of the arena here, and again, it's the Warrior that takes too much damage. He didn't even V. Johnny didn't even V. He died from standing. And that's exactly kind of what you have to do against these block classes. If you can't poke them down from range, you have to get behind them. The Tamer coming in, a beautiful grab, but the wall eats most of his damage. Tamer, though, does follow up with enough damage. Muffin's just trying to stay in block, backing up slowly. Again, the enemy team's visual acuity is based on movement. They're basically a T-Rex at this point. It is Retro. Retro does V, and if I had my guess, Retro is going to try to put his back to a wall and do his best. There he is right there. He tried to put his back to a wall, but he got snuffed out. It's going to be Crows in, and it's going to be a 1-1 at the start of this one. Beautifully played by SML. I think that as this match kind of evolves, we see that the team compositions do not favor SML at all there. They don't have enough range to poke down. These are 3 block classes. Draconia, Warrior, Sucknova. 3 of the strongest block classes in the game, up against 0 range and 1 grab. Really, their only play is to try to jump in behind those block classes without getting grabbed and just throw a lot of damage on them. Death, again, is the best CC, is the strategy here for SML. So honestly, they did really well there, but I think if the Warrior just Vs and doesn't die from standing, I think that this looks very, very different. What does SML stand for? I have no idea. Suck my left, and then they left off the last, we don't know what the last word was, but they left it off. They wanted to be cool like TSM. Suck my left. Okay, it's gates up, and away we go. Again, SML with the same strategy. Again, it's worked in that second round there, but again, blitzing them has also worked as well in retrospect. Not going to waste any time going in there. Muffin's taking a lot of damage, gets stiffened, and has to V immediately. So much DPS coming down onto that Suck Guardian there. Good call to V there. Safely be playing safe on the Sork, kiting around with his iframes. Muffins comes out of V in a very bad spot and goes down immediately. It's second grade mob ball soccer on that side of the arena there. It's a 2v3, and this is not good, but it is a Tamer and a Sork. The two critical members are still alive. Staying together, again, they're doing really well at staying together, but I actually think that the play here might be to spread apart on the Rat classes, spread the Guardian, or spread the block's attention. Retro does get KD'd there, but stands back up because Suck Nova is just that easy. Again, rolled his face to the right on the keyboard. St. Felipe taking a lot of damage from that Suck Nova and that Draconia, and he's in Nightmare right now. He's trying to kite around. Oh my goodness, no Nightmare to save him. He will go down there. And that will be the 1, 2, 3. The 1, 2, 3. Meat Boys will take it as I anticipated. I think that compositionally, it was just going to be a little rough for them. All right, again, compositionally, that was really tough. 3 block classes. You don't have any range. Only have 1 grab. Tamer grab is probably one of the fastest in the game next to maybe Rangers. But it's difficult to kind of get it off when you have the Suck Nova pets running around and the Warrior standing right there. It's extremely difficult to find those catches, and I think that they struggled there, but they did really, really well in round 2. And good fights. Thank you for coming out. Let's take a look back at the bracket here. All right. Take a look here. Meat Boys had 2. SML had 1. Meat Boys progresses. And now we get 5-hour queue time versus Elton. This is going to be a little rough. All right, and you guys are going to know why I think this is going to be a little rough. Not that Elton doesn't just deserve it for naming their team Elton with an O. For anyone that doesn't know, Elton is spelled with an E in this game. They're just trolling me. Fuck me. All right, let's take a look at why this match is going to be just so one-sided. Potentially. This is the favorited team to win this tournament. I mean, in a word, GOAT. Which one? Yes. We have Reezy from Enemy on the Awakening Kuno. This man, #1 on in the Best in Class tournament, which means he rated himself. He is the best Kunoichi in the world, and he got #1 in the most recent Tuvala Cups. He did single-handedly get Kunoichi nerfed because he showed too much of his hand too early. Flannels from Black Rose for the Rose, baby. God bless their hearts. On the Awakening Ranger, everybody knows who Flannels is. Again, #1 in Best in Class, #1 in the Tuvala Cup, and he got Ranger, literally broke the class. Doesn't work as well as it did before, ever since they've tried to make changes on the class, and you know your team is actually just stacked. When you have Armin is technically the worst player on your team, and he's rank 1 player in Arena of Solar, is technically the worst rated player on your team. This man is out of control, and the only reason he didn't win the Best in Class on the Ninja is because he wasn't allowed to participate. He was shoutcasting the tournament. Just saying. Okay, he's in digital right now. He's on the Suck Ninja. He spent his entire career on the class. 7th best CM. Admittedly, Delphi nodding his head of approval right now in the chat. And honestly, did his tenure in the CM, but honestly, it was all an elaborate ruse. He did get Ninja buffed before he left. So he is up tremendous right now. But again, this is the favorited team to win this tournament. And they are up against Team Elton, who we have seen once before so far. Again, this is Ares, Sofa Kingdom, and Death City, the Suck Zerker, the Awakening Valk, and the Suck Draconia. Again, these are really, really beefy classes, but I think into the double, like, Kunoichi Ninja composition that we have here, it's no secret that Zerker does not perform well into Ninja and Kunoichi. That's going to be a little rough, especially with the frontal guard changes. I think they're going to be looking for Ares more than anything. Death City on the Draconia, I think they leave him for last, but we'll see. He's going to have to be throwing down a lot of damage. Again, I think that Death is the best CC, is probably the play here. This team needs to play slow. They need to play together. And they need to try to not be soloed out, because if you try to 1v1 this enemy team here, they're going to beat you. If you get too close to Flannels, he iframes. You get too far away, he grabs you. It's just a no-win situation trying to dive that Ranger. So we're going to see what happens here. We're going to take it over to the versus screen. Drunken, are you ready to go, buddy? All right, send it. All right, we are all ready to go. It is 5-hour queue time versus Elton. Get your predictions in now. This is the first time we have gotten to see Armin at a tournament since his retirement as a CM in the last year and a half. You guys are about to see something very special. I mean, but this man is an absolute animal on the class, and that's saying something. He's on a team with Flannels and Reezy, and I'm hyping up Armin. That should tell you just how good this guy is. Yellow in absolute shambles. Should have entered the tournament, dog shit player. Okay. All right, it is gates up, and away we go. I don't want to put myself on a team, but if I were going to take a team, it's Team Armin because he joined my tournament. Okay, Ares jumping around. Wow, they're going straight in there, not playing slow at all. Ares gets stiffened immediately. Knocked over, like I said. Oh, but they're completely ignoring him. Playing really slow here. Flannels does take a lot of damage there from the big dive. Again, they were able to... oh, my God. Diving onto Flannels. Flannels just not having any of it. I-framing around right now. Reezy playing very slow, waiting for his opportunity to dive in here. Oh, beautiful grab from Sofa Kingdom. The Valkyrie grabbed the Kuno. You don't see that every day. Sofa Kingdom, beautiful Celestial Spear there as well. Sofa Kingdom really carrying his team. They're playing together super well. Armin jumping in there. Please though, so the Draconia getting very, very low on health. Has to V. They're sniffing him out. He does go to this corner of the arena, uses his PA, does not get grabbed out of it. Even if you do get grabbed, you still get the PA buff on the Draconia, so that's important to note here. Again, Sofa Kingdom playing very slow. He's trying to stay away from the ninja that's climbing up his ass, but Armin is not having any of it. A colonoscopy brought to you by Armin, and the V out of the Valkyrie, but he is still technically alive right now, but Death City gets put on the ground. It's a total mess right now. They lose two. There's no V's left, and it is Ares on the Zerker. Again, the caster curse is the last one alive. He is going to get hunted down and eventually knocked out. Now, that looked one-sided, but I'm going to be honest with you. They were landing CCs. They were forcing V's. They were getting good engages. They stand a chance here. Elton, I can't believe the words coming out of my mouth. Again, Armin, don't make it look... just make it close, buddy. Just make it close. Elton doing pretty fucking well there. Sofa Kingdom with absolutely, I cannot emphasize enough. The Valkyrie grab is one of the slowest grabs in the game. It's unfucking protected. Well, every grab is technically unprotected. But like, to grab a Kuno like that out of thin air is absolutely insane. Sofa Kingdom coming out big on that Valkyrie. He's gonna have to play like that. Oh my God. Holy shit, Reezy just diving straight across the arena. It's a hard engage right at the start, but they're not having any of it. Flannels get CC'd. You don't see that every day. Death City gets CC'd as well. It's 2Vs, one from each team. Out right at the start, the block jump does come out. Sofa Kingdom buying his time, staying in the middle of the arena. It's second grade Mobball Sarker. They're all over the Draconia, and he is gonna go down. He isn't able to V. They just jump him. Flannels taking a lot of damage. He does not have V. Sofa Kingdom back to the wall. Isn't gonna be able to take it, and he is down now too. It's Ares looking around going, where team? Oh no, and it's the 1-2 out of 5-hour queue time. I said they're the favorite team to win this tournament. That is why, although Elton did really well there to try to catch them, to try to burst them, they handled the pressure really well, but unfortunately just not quite there. And we're going to take it over to the analyst desk. Now, I don't want to be that guy. You might be a little biased, Armin, but I think I'll take this one. You're a little biased. You're admittedly a little biased. I will take this one. You played like a god. Honestly, the dive coming out of them, you guys saw just why that team is so potent. I will say, though, that that team's weakness also got demonstrated there. That looks like an unkillable team. It looks like an unbeatable team if you're looking at the nameplates, but again, this is BDO, okay? You can't look at the nameplates. Take the nameplates away. Every single class has its inherent flaws. You're talking about a Kunoichi, a Ninja, and a Ranger. If the Kunoichi and the Ninja dive too hard, it leaves the Ranger unprotected. And although he is Flannels and he is a god, you saw him have to be in both rounds there. So we did see a chink in the armor. They can be beaten. Again, that is not a very good composition, but the nameplates, you can't get intimidated by the nameplates, and I think it was just a little too much for Elton there. So we're going to go over to the bracket to look and kind of push this forward and look at our next match here. All right, so it looks like we're going to have Dap versus Shadowpaws in this next one. Again, Shadowpaws had that bye round in the first round because the enemy team did not show up. So we will get first look at them. We're going to take a look at Dap first just to give you guys a reminder. This is the Zachary, Sazane, Etsumun team. Just rats. How many rats can we have? Can we rat them and how? Beautiful Etsumun on that Awakening DK. Absolutely insane. Ranked number 2 in AOS right now. No real tournament experience, but showing up big today. Zachary, the Montage King himself. Again, 2 years on that Sork. Everybody knows Zachary, the open world terror himself. And then Sazane, the up-and-comer, honestly, the rookie of the team. But coming out on that Awakening hash and making that shit look good. Now we're going to go over and take a look at Shadow. As soon as I find them. There they are. Okay. Alright, and here we have Rob Owner, Barithium, and Shadow. Now I know a lot of you are thinking, who Megalol? But Rob Owner did take first in a couple dismantled guild tournaments. So he is, but he did it on Ninja back in the day. He is a filthy Flavor of the Month abuser. So he is on the Suck Zerker right now. Honestly, he spelled Draconia wrong, but Suck Zerker still really solid here. He's got 2 months on the class, and he's in Midnight Paws, which is a T1 guild. A really scrappy T1, super good scrappy T1 guild. Barithium also in Midnight Paws. I've personally never seen Barithium play, but he's got a year on the Suck Guardian. He's level 66, which tell me he's an excellent PvE Lords Rise Up. And he did land a grab on a Sork once, so he puts that on all of his resumes. When he applied to Walmart, they took him immediately. He has opposable thumbs. He's in. Shadow A is in Pimps right now and is on the Awakening Musa. Shadow A is notorious for constantly rerolling, constantly playing different classes every few weeks. But again, 7 days on Musa. But again, how long do you really need to play Musa to beat Shaky Bay's Elo? Honestly, no tournaments on the class, and he plays with his feet. But again, Musa is just super armor damage. You don't really even need hands. You could almost make do with chopsticks on the Musa. Feet is almost overkill if you put the keyboard on the floor. So we're going to see just how these two teams stack up with each other. Oh my goodness, my transition just went away. It just didn't work. Okay, well, we just cut to the versus screen. I'm good with it. Yo, are you ready? All right, give me the start, stop, start. We are ready, so we're going to be going into this one. Please get your predictions in. It is Dap versus Shadowpaws. It is a start angle. Again, guys, the reason we start, stop, and then start the match again is to reset the BSR, so no one has an unfair advantage over anyone else. I'm going to take us into the match now where the players are spawning in. Shadowpaws running up the ramp here. Again, this is a pretty good composition on this with the Suck Guardian, Suck Zerker, and an Awakening Musa for a really solid amount of damage. But again, all three classes do a good amount of damage. I'm a little concerned about the Suck Zerker. We have not seen Zerkers perform super well in this tournament so far. They're getting caught. They're just not used to being frontal guarded. They're used to that permanent super armor on the class. Honestly, Delphi has to field support tickets every week from all of the Zerkers asking, why is the super armor icon next to my name constantly disappearing? They're just so confused. Okay, what just... Alright, you have to leave Okay, did they turn their monitors on? Yeah, they gotta turn their monitors on. Oh, I see. Alright, the gate glitched apparently. We're gonna chalk that up to a, I'm just kidding. Pearl Abyss, there are literally no bugs whatsoever in this game. It's perfect. Is Delphi still watching? He is. Yeah, there's no bugs at all in this game. Delphi, mute for a second. It's a fucking multi-billion-dollar fucking company. Literally can't get the fucking Arena of Arsha correct. It's literally been like this for 5 fucking years. Okay, someone tell Delphi to unmute. All right, we are waiting for gates up here. Again, I think that DAP has a strict advantage here, but we're going to see how Shadow Pulse shakes up for the first time in this tournament here. It's gates up, and away we go. Zachary just hurling himself out into the middle of the arena. The Zerker confused, running around, trying to jump on things with Giant Leap. Oh, my goodness. Clawing all over the place, and they are not really looking for a CC on him right now. Barithium throwing a lot of damage on that Suck Guardian, but not able to find anything. Get CC! That's the PvE Lord for you! Oh no! Rob Warner taking a lot of damage as well. Barithium does have to V in the middle of the arena. Shadowy doesn't even get his V off. The Musa just dies from standing. Hashtag Shaky Bay, hashtag EloL, hashtag Losers Q, hashtag Get Good. Oh, goodness. Barithium doing his best to stand up, but he's a Suck Guardian into 3 rat classes. Phoenixing around the arena. He will just die in Phoenix. And now it's Rob Owner all by himself. Put on his back, and down he goes. God. Losers Q, am I right, Shaky? Alright, it's 1, 2, 3. Shadowy gotta really pull it back here. Honestly, this is a really tough composition to play against. 3 rats into a Zerker like this. It's gonna be kind of tough. The Suck Guardian can keep herself really well protected, but I think the Zerker really suffers here. He was the last one alive there, so maybe I just eat my words. Shadowy needs to make sure he Vs if he gets too low on health. I think the trick was, again, he didn't actually get CC'd. Unless you count Death as the best CC, in which case, yes, he was CC'd right there at the end. But, like, if you get low on health, you really do have to V. You can't take that much damage like that. Alright, it's the class buff from the Guardian, gonna run straight in, not gonna wait for anything. The Seed of Catastrophe does come out, but does not catch the Zerker quite yet. Okay, Rob Owner doing a lot of work in the middle, but, ooh, getting very, very low, and he's running for his life. He's being run down now by the rats. They're trying to catch up to him. Shadowy really healthy right now. Rob Owner doing his best on that Zerker to stay healthy. Shadowy wondering why he equipped the wrong gear. Literally, have you ever gotten hit so hard that you literally hit I to make sure all your gear is on? Shadowy doesn't V again and just dies from standing. Shaky Bay nodding his head with approval. Please buff Musa. It literally is just not good enough. Rob Owner gets put on the ground as well, and they're gonna get 1, 2 at the start of this. Shadow Pause, unfortunately, thank you for coming out. You guys did great. We're gonna chalk it up to a comp dev. We're gonna chalk it up to a comp dev. Yeah, that's what we're gonna say. It's a comp dev. But yeah, I think the 3 rats, honestly, the skill being set aside there, 3 rats into 3 into like the Zerker like that, it's going to be rough. The Suck Guardian's also going to have really struggle in that matchup as well, as she's just not fast enough to keep up with the rat classes. So we're going to take it over to the bracket here. Unfortunately, yo, Shadow Blast, thank you for coming out. Good fights. All right, let's see what the next match is that we have lined up. Let me advance the bracket real quick. It's going to be DAP 1-2. There we go. Oh, baby. This is going to be an absolute banger. It is going to be Monkey type beat. We'll put them on the left versus AOS over Trials. We will put them on the right. For those of you, again, we're going to do a refresher on this. We're going to look at Monkey first. This is going to be a crazy match. Again, this is Billy, Hands, and Miss. Most people, if you don't know those names, just look at the Arena of Solar ranking boards. Billy's the rank 1 caster. Hands, countless rank 1 finishes in the Black Spirit League. Everybody knows who Hands is. Just an absolute monster on the Warrior and miss on the Kuno. Number 2 in the Tavala tournament and many first place tournaments. Tons of tournament experience, but they tend to choke as they get further into the tournament. Is kind of the theme from this team here. Whether or not we're late enough in the tournament for Belly and Mist to start choking yet, we don't know. But now we're going to take it over to AOS. And again, this is Dracul. Again, this is the top-rated Awakening Sage, or just top-rated Sage in general, but he's an Awakening Sage on the server in AOS. He's the only Sage in the top 100. Absolute monster. He's been on the class since release, but again, his tournament history, not so good. But he got off the ground this time. He made it through the first round. Sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. And now we have Raiden. GTR is his backup. I mean, honestly, this match is 50-50. Like, this is a coin flip if I've ever seen one. Raiden on the Awakening Valkyrie. Everybody knows Raiden, the top-rated Awakening Valk in AOS. This guy writes the book. Well, Amu wrote the book, but without Amu, Raiden is number 1. He's up tremendous. We're good. We're good. But again, he also has trouble choking in the first round of every tournament. But again, they got past the first round. They got over their hump. So honestly, the sky's the limit for this team. Again, Buddy. Show Nation on the Awakening Warrior. No tournament EXP. But also has never choked, which is just an objective W. So again, get your predictions in. You guys have 2 minutes and 30 seconds. It looks like that a couple of the players did crash here. A couple players crashed, right? So we're waiting on them. Yeah, Belly needs you to move him to Dagger Stab Waifu. It needs to be moved to his team. Okay. Oh, sorry, are we good now? Okay. All right, the match is ready. This is going to be the closest match that we have seen yet. Oh, my goodness. I'm rubbing my hands together with excitement. This is going to be so much fun. The gates are down. The match is getting started. Again, these are some of the best PvPers on the whole server clashing with each other. The best on their class. Just absolutely insane. Except for Miss. He's second best. Got him. Oh my goodness, this is going to be an absolute monster of a match, and we are moments away from gates up. Alright, it's gates up! Okay, belly crashed, so we are restarting. We're belly crashed, so we are restarting. two teams clash. There's Miss finally going in on it. Bo Buddy holding his grab. Very experienced warrior there. Lingering the super armor. Not going to get caught out of that. Dracul kiting through the middle of the arena here. Raiden staying together. They're spreading out a little bit here. Oh my goodness, but they're going to sniff out a V is what they were waiting for there. Miss pushing straight into the middle of the arena looking for a catch. Billy's on his back. Can't be. Gonna take the sage damage in the face. And that's going to be the 1-2. Holy moly. Oh my goodness. It's Raiden Drac. Oh my goodness. This is actually Raiden Drac and Bo Buddy coming out here. AOS over Trials is actually one round away from knocking Belly out of this tournament. Again, I would have put Belly Miss and Bo Buddy as the second favorites to win this tournament, and they're one round away from losing. Right here, Hands has got to V. He cannot die that quickly like that. Belly got a great catch right at the start. They forced a V really early on. It looked so good for them, and then Hands just died in the middle of the arena, so he's got to play a little bit slower than that, use his V a little bit more diligently there. Belly posturing very aggressively again. Same strategy coming out for Dracul and Bo Buddy. AOS over Trials, just trying to block a little bit of the range damage coming out from Belly here. Trying to keep a wall between them and him. Belly with a good meteor. Bo Buddy gets knocked down. He's holding on to his V. Oh my goodness, he does. No, Miss is the one that goes down. Miss took too much damage. They all dogpiled onto the downed warrior, but Miss is the one that takes too much damage. And now Belly is down too, and Hands is going, wait a minute. This is the reverse of what happened. I was told to stay alive. We're team. Oh no. It's catastrophe down for Belly's team here. And Raiden Drac. And, oh god, Raiden and Drac look like the AOS over Trials just looks like they're going to take this as long as they play it really safely. Bo Buddy does get put on his back, but it's just not enough. They're going to take the 1-2. Unfortunately, out of the gate, just weren't able to come up with it. A beautiful showing. Beautiful showing for AOS over Trials. Actually insane. Knocks out one of the tournament favorites in a 2-0. How to make a statement. Cho Nation here to play, baby. We're here to play today. Actually insane. Really, really, really well played. I think that, and I gotta say, look, like they played really, really well. But I gotta say, Monkey Type Beat 1 hour loop. Please excuse me for the team name. I didn't name them. Belly's team, Monkey Type Beat, they got caught too many times, and they dogpiled onto the CC, which is kind of what you're supposed to do, but they didn't use their Vs appropriately there, and I think they just got caught out too many times. As it is, AOS versus Trials, moving on to the next round of this tournament. The bracket is gonna get a little fucking spicy here. This is a little obnoxious. Big 2-0 there. Big shout out to Monkey Type Beat for coming out. Good fights, guys. A beautiful back and forth there in that round. And it looks like we're going to have, for this next match here, we're going to have Pride Boys versus Meat Boys. Okay. Sorry, Pride Month. Oh, no. They're very prideful boys, okay? Versus Meat Boys. Versus Meat Boys. All right, let's take a look at these guys. Where is my Pride Month? There it is. Let's take a look at Pride Month first as the prediction kind of gets started here. You guys remember these guys from the first round of the tournament. Again, this is Goldstein, Complicated, and Shineco here. This is an excellent team composition here. You have an Awakening Sork with a Succession Valkyrie. Well, basically an Awakening Sork with 2 block classes out in front of it. So the Sork can play as safe as they need to and just wait for the block classes to kind of collect on CCs for people to get too overeager and just punish people. Fantastic team composition right there. And now we're going to go ahead and take a look at Meat Boys. Again, we've seen these guys once before. This is Johnny 5, Retrospect, and Sheepsy. Again, Johnny, Ratro, the Giga Cracked, Suck Nova. Everybody knows who Ratro is. Johnny 5, the Shot Caller. Again, that's such a big deal. In a 3v3 matchup, everybody underrates the communication, but you have to be able to communicate with your team. Please stop griefing me in Arena of Solar. You have to be able to communicate with your team in a 3v3 to really play well with each other. And Johnny 5 can be that Shot Caller for them. Sheepsy, again, the inexperienced one, probably the least experienced one, only has 3 fingers, but does play Draconia at a master level. So, honestly, is that really an L at the end of the day? Sheepsy is the weakest one, but he's playing Suck Drac. You literally cannot go wrong with that class. Now, Sheepsy was the one, if you guys remember, round 1. Sheepsy was the one getting caught out a lot, so he's going to have to play a little bit safer here, especially against the Sork and these grab classes, because the Draconia is very susceptible to those grabs. But we will see here as we're going to take it over to the versus screen, because I believe the match is ready to go. Are we ready? Okay. All right, give me the start, stop, start. All right, guys, look at this production value. Is actually, like, big shout out to Drunken, who's helping me make sure that this stays streamlined. But we are getting ready to jump into this. Make sure you get your predictions in, guys. It is Pride Month versus Meat Boys here. Again, we're in the second round of this tournament. Shut the fuck up, Lane. All right. All right, we're in the second round of this tournament here. This is the end of the second round. We're going to be on to the semis. Whoever wins this shit goes on to the semifinals. Pride Month versus Meat Boys. 2 block classes versus 2 block classes and a Sork versus 3 block classes. It's almost like there's a recurring meta going on here. But it's gates up and away we go. And again, we see Meat Boys grouping on the left side of the arena. Shaimko gonna kite straight in. It took him a lot of stamina to get across the arena. I'm surprised he's being this aggressive on the Sork. Gonna take a little bit of poke damage, but isn't gonna matter too much as Shaimko's the only one in, really throwing. Goldstein playing that assassin warrior style as he loves to do. Oh my god, my mouse is off the screen, I'm sorry. Johnny Vine gets put on the ground, does manage to get the V off, but Ratro's taking a lot of damage now too. He is not CC'd, he's just, they're behind him and he's taking so much damage. Johnny Vine comes out of V and just immediately dies from standing. Ratro gets, oh my goodness, Ratro trying to keep his opponents in front of him. That's very critical on the Sucknova, trying to keep everybody out in front of him so that that forward guarded super armor, that super balanced aspect of the class can be exploited. He does manage to catch Shaimko, which is that Sork, in a very quick stiffen there. And Shaimko is forced to V. Shaimko gets knocked out there, and now it is a 1v2. It's Goldstein who now has to V versus a Draconia and a Sucknova. Goldstein has been in worse positions before. He's going to come out of V. If he doesn't get snuffed, he's going to be okay, but he does. Ratro and Sheepsy find him, and that's going to be round 1. Oh, that's a shame. I was really hoping that Gold would be able to find that 1v2 there. It was pretty hype, honestly. I do think that the Warrior can turn that, although it's really difficult, as the Warrior does have to throw down some unprotected damage. Goldstein knows he has to change his damage combo against a Suck. You guys ever fought a Sucknova before? They can CC you while they're on the ground. Hashtag balanced. Don't worry about that at all. That's totally fine. The Gargoyle coming up from behind you, no big deal. So you basically, you have to keep yourself in a fully protected damage combo when you're playing against a Sucknova like that. And it's extremely difficult. Anyway, he got hunted down outside of V. Shaimko being a little less aggressive this time. Meat Boys with the same strategy. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Postured very defensively here. Shaimko throwing Dream of Doom, not going to connect with anything but a shield. And he is kiting around right now, trying to avoid those that Nova stiffen. It looks like Johnny 5 is in now, taking a lot of damage. Oh my goodness, it happened again, but this time he didn't get his V off. He dove straight in, just like last time, but he was unable to get his V off this time. Shaimko playing very slow, complicated Goldstein. Shaimko all still alive for their team. Pride Month looking very good for LGBTQ month here, baby. Ratro on the ground, taking a lot of damage. He did not roll his face from left to right. He should have rolled from left to right. He rolled from right to left, and he gets knocked over on the Sucknova. Maybe he turns his monitor on next time, maybe. And he should be okay, but it was a 2v3. Again, bringing it back there. You'll love to see that out of Pride Month. Big representative here. Beautiful catch. Honestly, I think they realize that Johnny is committing way too hard, and he V's very late. It's this common recurring theme here. It's Johnny literally has yet to stay alive for longer than 3.28 seconds past the initial engage. Like, I don't want to be that guy, but sweep the leg. Just keep sweeping the leg, and you'll be fine. Johnny's got to play much more safely if he wants to win this match here, as I think Pride Month is just on to their game. Shineco getting really aggressive just like he did in the first match, going with Dream of Doom. Not going to really catch anything though, as again, these are 3 block classes. You can't expect DOD to really hit all that much. Going into Nightmare here, just trying to go for some harass, comes out behind him. Grim Reaper's Judgment comes out, doesn't catch anything, but it's super armored, so he can't get caught either. Retro, no one is behind him. Retro keeping himself perfectly positioned. Goldstein taking a lot of damage, gets stiffened by the Nova Pet and has to V. Nobody's chasing him down though. It looks like Sheepsy on that Suck Track. Look at that super balanced skill. That PA getting all of his health back right there. Another V does come out. I'm sorry I missed whoever the hell it was. But Goldstein repositioning in the middle of the arena, playing on that that Assassin Warrior style. Goes in. Beautiful hands on Goldstein. Catches Johnny 5. But unable to put any amount of damage down as his team is just not there. Oh my goodness, Goldstein catches him again. The team is there this time. A lot of damage coming out. Johnny does die right there. Oh my goodness. Wait, no, Johnny stayed alive. I'm so sorry. It was a reverse sweep. It was a reverse sweep. It was the other way. I completely misjudged that. All 3 of them died instantly right at the end there. I honestly, like, they just vaporized. The team was there and then they weren't. The team was there, and then they weren't. Meat Boys taking away from Pride. A really, really, really well-played match. Hard-fought win for Meat Boys, but again, Retro and his face on the keyboard strategy gonna win out. Battle of the block classes. Am I right, boys? Battle of the block classes. Actually insane. Unfortunately, 3 block classes is oftentimes greater than 2 block classes. And they do win out there, but a big shout out to Pride Month for coming out. It was a beautiful, beautiful performance there. They had their win condition, but Johnny 5 honestly adjusting in that very last round to not run in and die in 3.5 seconds. I really do think won his team the round by not running it down. Believe it or not, that is the strategy sometimes, is to not die in the first 5 seconds of the engagement. So we... Good fights to everybody that came out there. We're going to go back to the bracket. We're going to advance it here. And we are moving on to the semifinals now. We are moving on to the semifinals. All right, which means we are back around to the top, which is 5-hour queue time versus DAP. And this is going to be another absolutely monstrous match. This is going to be super sweaty, start to finish. As a caster, I dread stuff like this. But let's take a look at 5-hour queue time. In case you guys forgot, these are the favorites to win the tournament. But again, I said initially this is Reezy, Armin, and Flannels, which means it is a Succession Ninja, an Awakening Kuno, and an Awakening Ranger. If you take the nameplates off, this composition is actually not that good. Again, the Kuno and the Ninja can get a little too over-aggressive and leaves the Ranger kind of hanging out to dry. Flannels, as invincible as he might seem, there are gaps on the class, I swear to God. There are gaps on the class because the ping. Literally because of ping. You can CC him. So honestly, if you single out the Ranger, if they dive too hard, the Ranger gets caught too many times. I do think that DAP can win this. We're going to switch over to DAP here. DAP, again, I would say that DAP is definitely the underdog here in this match, especially Suzanne coming out. He is the rookie fighting into 3 veteran god-tier gamers. We're talking best on their classes, and have the tournament finishes to prove it. And Suzanne is coming out. This is like his first ever tournament, first ever serious tournament, I think. But don't let that give you any amount of doubt. The kid is an absolute gamer. So is his brother Zachary. Zachary on that Sork. I think it's going to be on Suzanne here. I think that there's a lot of pressure on Etsu. Okay, all right. This is going to boil down, and I hate to be this guy. Hopefully Flannels isn't listening. But Awakening DK is very, very good against Ranger. Especially if Etsu puts the core on Seed of Catastrophe, which I do believe that he did. As I was watching his stream last night, Seed of Catastrophe is a ranged float. It's very, very good at catching Rangers. And again, if Armin and Reezy dive too hard, they leave Flannels unprotected. He gets hit by a blind Seed of Catastrophe from the flank. I think that's probably their win condition, or maybe Suzanne is able to jump on him and knock him over from really far away. Hash is very, very good at that. Do not count DAP down and out. They have every opportunity to win this match. I am ready. Let me see if my tournament lead is ready. Drunken, are you ready? Okay, buddy, give me the start, stop, start. We are ready to jump into this match. It's 5-hour queue time versus Dap. Hopefully you guys got your predictions in. The gates are going up. The gates are going down. The players are spawning in. We are into the semifinals of the Blue Squadron Open. The winners of this match do get guaranteed prize money. Lots of monies. Lots of monies. All right, let's look at the match screen here. Let's hopefully everybody spawned in. I see Dap not waiting at the gate, so they're slow on the spawn, and it does look like that 5-hour queue time is ready to go here. Okay, good. Both teams spawned in and ready to go. You're going to have to play on a knife's edge. Again, these are the best of the best of the best players. You don't get better PvP than this. The gates are up, and away we go. Which one is the Hashashin hiding in those tornadoes? Oh my goodness. The gates have not even closed yet, and there's already action all over the place. Zane trying to keep himself protected. The rats are just going absolutely ballistic, and it's a spread-out rat 1v1 absolute fiesta. Zane's on the ground. He will not get a V down. The KD from the Ranger is just too much. It's a 3v2 now. Zachary and Etsu left by themselves, but they can still win this. They can still turn this around. They need to look for a catch with that Seed of Catastrophe. I think onto Flannels is probably their best bet. It's so hard to follow the action. Zachary comes out of V, but he does get snuffed out and killed immediately. Etsu on the back foot. He's going, please, just get it over with. Just get it over with. The hot tea enema that is this match for Etsu. Oh my goodness. Holy moly. For those of you that do not know what a hot tea enema is, they stick a 6-foot rubber tube up your ass and pump hot tea into places where the sun doesn't shine. And Dap is loving every second of it. Zane cannot get caught. Like I said, the rookie for his team, he's really going to have to step up here. He has got to not get caught like that. I know Hash can stay protected. He's got to watch himself. He got CC'd first. He could not get a V off because it was a KD. These three are tournament prepared. They basically exclusively use KDs wherever they can. They're all over each other. Their communication is perfect. You cannot afford a single mistake. And they are one round away from losing this is Dap. It is gates up and away we go. Looks like Flannels, Reezy, and Armin, all three in at the start, just hard blitzing into the start of the arena. Tendon Cutter coming out, a lot of damage coming down, but no one really taking any amount of CC. Big damage coming down onto Zane. Zane's keeping himself protected. Did not V. He was standing, but you can't let that happen to yourself. You've got to V. Oh my goodness, and it's a 1-2 down. It's Zachary all by himself again. Unfortunately, the underdog doesn't look like they're going to take it. Zachary does force a V out here. Flannels is literally waiting by himself. Armin is going to take the 1v1, grab Zachary, and that is going to be the end of it. The quick 2-0. It's unfortunate. I know I did hype up Dap. They did what they could there. I just think that the 5-hour queue time has such a strong blitz. Their players are just so good. Excellent. Good advice to Dap. Thank you for coming out. You guys looked great. Bent over the way that you were there. You did good. Again, they're the favorites to win the tournament for a reason. Do they have flaws in their composition? Yes, but oh man, is that just not just a rough fight to go into because the nameplates are just so intimidating. I think Etsu was intimidated last night. He saw the writing on the wall. He was like, oh no, hold me. I think were his exact words. So they did their best, but unfortunately, the machine that is 5-hour queue time winning out there. We're going to take it over to the bracket. We're going to advance it here. 5-hour queue time making it into the finals. Have not dropped a single match yet. Going to the finals there. And now it is going to be AOS over Trials versus the Meat Boys. And again, I actually think, I mean, if I had to put a favorite, honestly, there's a pretty clear favorite in this match. We will look at AOS over Trials first, as I do think that they are the favorite coming into this. Dracul, Raiden GTR, and Bobo Buddy look so good coming out. Looking so good coming out of the gates here. Honestly, they're one hair's breadth away from getting into these finals and facing down the machine that is 5-hour queue time, but standing in their way are the Meat Boys. And the Meat Boys, honestly, I think have come out and surprised a lot of people. I know as much as I hyped Ratro and Johnny and Sheepsy up, I think that people underestimated them, and that now they're sitting here. They're in the semifinals. They're one match away from the finals here. I do think that Sheepsy on the Suck Dracania is probably the roughest of the three, as he hasn't spent too much time on the class. But again, you only need 3 fingers to play the class successfully. So is it really the weakest? You know what I mean? Johnny 5 came out and showed us that he could adjust in that last versus Pride Month there. He entered the first 2 rounds, but then he played very slowly. He showed us that he could adjust, that he could shot call the match all the way start to finish without inting. Like that ability to adjust in a best of 3 cannot be understated. So honestly, Meat Boys, I think they're the underdogs here for sure, but I would not count them down and out. Ratro is a god. Johnny 5, beautiful shot caller on that Warrior, super gamer, and of course Sheepsy on the Dracania for all of that damage. Divios didn't play in this tourney? Nope. And Dracul is rated above Divios in AOS anyway, so I get to say it. I get to say it, he's the best. Drunken, are you ready? Okay. All right, the matches stop starting right now to reset the BSR. The players are spawning in. The gates are coming down. This is the final semifinals match. The winners move on to the finals and are guaranteed prize money. The losers move on to our 3rd place match, which we will see shortly here. Again, that will be the 3rd place in the finals will be a best of 5. All right, I will take us into the match screen now, as it looks like the gates are about to go up. Meat Boys waiting at the front of their gates. All right, and his gates up, and away we go. Meat Boys, the clear underdog. You're just going to blitz out and go straight in. I don't think they were expecting that. Bow Body hits the ground immediately. Does not feel like it's 2nd grade. Mob Ball Soccer, there's AoEs everywhere, but that Sage damage is absolutely nutty. They do lose the Warrior, so it is 2v3 for AOS over Trials, but the Sage damage did make everybody really low there. Lots of Vs were used. Raiden jives straight in on this. Unfortunately, unable to climb and unable to find any amount of CC, although he does grab Sheepsy. Raiden very low, kiting for his life. Raiden at 200 HP, but the bleed is ticking. He does get the HP, or he does get his heal off, and we lose another one. Now suddenly Meat Boys is down to 1, and the 2v3 of a lifetime. Drac and Raiden just say, "Fear not, my child, I will carry you." And it is a 2v1 now. It's a completely reversed. It's retrospect, and there's not much a Suck Nova is going to be able to do here other than put his back to a wall and pray, absolutely pray, that he can catch a CC, catch a lucky stiffen, or maybe a knockdown off of his Gargoyle. His pets have got to do work here, but it looks like AOS over Trials are just playing for time. They're just kiting back. They know the Suck Nova really suffered. Oh my goodness. Raiden with a beautiful grab. Just when you think they're out, he pulls you right back in. Beautiful Valkyrie grab there. Uh-oh. There we go. My bad. Retro comes out of V and was not properly sniffed out, but he's without V. It's like 2 sharks circling a poor little fishy. The Suck Nova with not a lot of options. Oh my god, he did get the lucky stiffen off. Lands the CC onto Raiden. Raiden taking a lot of damage. Never mind. Step back up. Got him. Bro, he got baited by the stiff. Raiden just stepped back up and pounded him with Terra. I don't know what to tell you. That was actually nutty, as AOS versus Trial lost one early on. AOS versus Trial lost one early on, and then able to win the 2v3, brought it back with that big dick Sage damage. Raiden with that beautiful support coming in on the Awakening Valkyrie, carrying Bow Body through to the next round here. Like, he just stood up and got deleted. Like, I don't know. There was a stiffen down on Raiden. He got to the ground. He stood right back up, Terra'd, and the Sage just one-shot him. I don't know. It was crazy. Okay, so the Blitz does not come out this time. Not as much action right at the start here. Both teams posturing on opposite sides of the arena. You can see here, trying to play very defensively. 3 block classes do not need to get antsy here. They can just stand and wait for people to come to them, and they can just throw damage with the Dracania, grab people, wait for the Suck Nova and her pets to kind of take care of business. And 5-hour queue time waiting to see who they will be fighting in the finals of this one. All right, the team's looking like they're getting a little antsy here. Drac driving across the arena. No, it was a fake. And now Sheepsy is throwing damage out on that Dracania. No one CC'd quite yet. And it's a full reset. Drac poking on the Awakening Sage, not really finding anything. Again, still very defensively postured. A Warrior grab comes in from Bow Body. Unable to catch anything, though, as the V does come out. Ratro playing defensively here. No one gets behind him, though. Health bars are starting to tick down as there's only 1:54 seconds left in the match now. Johnny 5 takes a lot of damage once again, and he goes down immediately. No V out of Johnny 5 once again. It's a recurring theme here. He just died from standing, and now it's a 2v2. We lost, oh my goodness, we lost Ratro. We lost Ratro. Ratro is down now too. It is a 2v2. It is the Raiden Dracul special versus, we just saw this, versus Sheepsy. I'm sorry, Ratro's still alive. It was the Warrior. I'm sorry, the Warrior died. The Ratro is still up here. Again, this is roughly the same matchup we saw last time. And there's the CC from Raiden just running him in with the lance. Raiden taking a lot of damage though. Putting himself back into block, gonna try to get his health back, playing very slow. Dracul comes out of V. Gets his health back. They're playing very slow. They lost that trade there. They gotta be very, very careful. Again, still a 2v2. The Dracania and the Suck Nova waiting. Oh my goodness, the Stiffen lands on Drac, but unable to capitalize. They were too far. Ratro overextending a little bit into the middle there. Takes a lot of damage. Raiden on the ground, though, loses out to the Suck Valve damage. And it looks like it's just Drac versus the world right now. He has got to catch one of them. And he is doing his best. It is the Awakening Sage versus 2 right now. Retrospec trying to posture out in front. Sheepsy trying to stay behind. Oh my goodness. Drac throwing damage up to the high ground on that Awakening Sage. Not many people know you can do that. Drac diving through, does get stiffened by the Nova Pet and gets taken down. And it will be a 1-1. The Meat Boys fire back with another round. Holy moly, this is close. It's so tough to track 3 block classes. It's tough to tell which one dies. They're all blocking, okay? Like, oh my goodness. I thought for sure Raiden and Drac had that under control. It was 2 grab classes versus Suck Nova, which really doesn't count as a grab class. That grab is super slow and clunky, difficult to use. And a Dracania, I thought for sure they had that in the bag, but they get flipped on that round. The choke, you can hear the choking through the microphone in their comms. It's actually insane. All right, the straight dive out into the middle of the arena. A beautiful, okay, the Valve vacuum misses wide. Drac's on the ground. Drac does get his V off. Oh my goodness. A lot of damage coming out here. AoE's just absolutely everywhere. Bow Body having to run to the other side of the arena to get his health back. Suck Nova throwing damage through with his pets to the other side of the arena. It looks like AOS versus Trials lost out on that. Raiden using his class buff here, getting his teammates all buffed up. He uses the Rabomb for Valkyrie to buff his teammates up, and they go in together as a unit. Johnny 5 does get caught, forces a V. Dracul on the Stiffen, doesn't resist the KD though, and he's still standing. He's doing just fine. Very low health there on Sheepsy. It's very difficult to tell what's going on. Bow Body losing a lot of health right now. He's got to stay alive. He's running for his life. It's very difficult to run down a warrior as a Suck Nova. No one has died yet. I repeat, no one has died yet. We're at 1:59 seconds left in this match, and everything looks to have basically reset, although we're missing a few Vs here now. Oh my goodness, we get a chance to breathe again, and the onslaught comes in. They choose to go on the Awakening Sage, which is an interesting choice as he just jumps away. Oh no! Raiden takes a lot of damage, isn't able to V, is gonna go down there, but they trade him back for the Warrior. It's a 2v2 once again. Now it's a 1v2 now, and it's just Sheepsy left alive. It looks like AOS versus Trials they're choking, but you can barely make out what they're saying. It's your dog shit. Oh my goodness, they just barely get the words out. Holy moly, they're barely gonna make it through the next round. It looks like Sheepsy on the non-grab Dracania can make a miracle happen here. AOS for, yeah, no, he does get on the ground, and that will be the end of it. No choke for AOS over Trials. What a close back and forth match. It was just 1 down, 2 down, 1 down, 2 down. Meat Boys losing out in the end, just losing too much on the trade, but it was beautiful to watch. It was absolutely beautiful to watch. We will go to the analyst desk real quickly. Let me tell Drunken. Third place match is going to be a best of 5, so is the finals. So just change that up right now. Okay, so that was a crazy match. A lot to break down in that match. AOS versus Trials. Honestly, in the first round, they lose their warrior early, right? Their bow body dies early. And then Dracul on the Awakening Sage and Raiden on the Awakening Valkyrie come up huge in a 2v3 and take the win. Then the second round, it's again, they lose their warrior early. There's a recurring theme here. And it's Dracul and Raiden in a 2v2 this time. You think for sure they have this, and they throw it. Actually insane. And then in the third round, it is back and forth, trading back and forth. Nobody's dying. Everyone's staying protected. Everyone using their Vion time. And it's AOS over Trials coming out on top with that superior AoE, with the superior capitalization. Absolutely incredible match to have witnessed. Again, some of the best PvP you are going to see on the entire server today. Let's go take a look at the bracket again. All right, let's advance this stuff. Let's see, it's AOS over Trials coming up 2-1 over the top of Meat Boys. So we have our third place match. Should be all set. I'm pretty sure it is going to be DAP versus Meat Boys. Even though the bracket, for some reason, yeah, it's DAP versus Meat Boys. Although the bracket it's bugged and it didn't quite upgrade right there. So, all right, let's take a look at the team breakdowns. Let's take a look at DAP first. Let's get that prediction going. It's going to be Zachary, Etsu Moon, and Suzanne. Again, can we wrap them, and how? Over here, Suzanne, of course, the rookie on his team. Again, do not count this man down and out. He is an absolute super gamer, just like his brother Zachary. And everybody knows Etsu Moon is among the best Dark Knights that have ever graced us with their presence in this game. Actually, insanely good at that class. And then if we look over at the Meat Boys, no slouch here either, but it's exact opposite, right? It's 3 rats versus 3 block classes. You don't get any more polarized than this. Johnny 5 on the Awakening Warrior, shot calling again, Retrospect as we saw on that Suck Nova, and then the Suck Draconia. If I had to give advantage to anyone, I would say that the block classes definitely have advantage here, as again, the Suck Nova is very good at catching those rats. Suzanne's going to need to be very careful that he doesn't get caught out by the Suck Nova Gargoyle, that he doesn't get caught out by the Suck Nova pets and the soldiers. It's going to be tough for him. Again, there's grabs going everywhere. They don't have much range either, although, I mean, they've got Etsu on the Awakening DK, but to get through 3 block classes, yeah, fat chance. So we will see what happens here. I'm going to take it over to the versus screen. This is the third battle for third place. Again, the winner of this round, so whoever wins this match, each player gets 3k pearls, and each player gets cash money as well at the end of time running. So you double down. Each player is making over $50. So again, this is for the marbles right here. This is for the marbles. Okay, I'm ready when you are. Wait, hold. No, chill. Guys, I'm gonna run an ad before we start this so that no one gets interrupted. I don't want anyone to miss a second of this action. We will be right back. 1 minute on the ad. Yes, I am paying them. Young Blood just doesn't have the experience. You say that, but Lexus gifted a T1 sub to Delphi. That is not the same Delphi. Delphi is the Play Black Desert account. But Delphi, thanks you for the T1 sub. Oh, goodness. Welcome to the squadron, buddy. Enjoy the emotes. Buglet, thanks for the follow. Guinness Lady, thanks for the follow as well. Watching Drac go to town here. You love to see that. Guys, don't forget to drop a follow if you love what you see. Please consider supporting the stream. I love you guys so much. We are waiting for this ad to finish up here so that no one misses out on the action in these last 2 matches here. Hot tea enema. All right, give me the start, stop, start. All right, and we are going into the third place match here. Again, this is $45, okay, in cash, and then 3K pearls to each player, whoever wins this match. So they get cash and they get pearls out of my pocket. It's going to be beautiful. Also out of Pearl Abyss's pocket. Thank you, Pearl Abyss, for sponsoring the tournament. You're American heroes. All right, it looks like our boys are spawning in. Again, this is for third place. All right, it's 3 block classes into 3 rats. It's going to get fucking scrappy in here. Any mistakes at all, and the Meat Boys are going to be on their back and too much damage. We will see if Suzanne and Zachary and Etsu can come out and win this one. It's going to be tough for them. Meat Boys postured very defensively. We expect that. It's going to be Zachary moving straight across very aggressively, using a lot of his stamina to kind of get into the middle of everything. No CCs quite yet. Ratro taking a lot of damage, though. They have to get in behind those block classes. That's really good on their part. Zachary staying together with his boys here. Ratro trying to keep his opponents out in front of him. Suzanne Zachary's on the ground. Oh, no, he got caught. And the V comes out. It's okay. They are okay. They're in V right now. And there's sniffs coming out. Oh, my goodness. They collapse straight down on Suzanne's V. Suzanne will go down. The rookie down and out, unfortunately. And it's Zachary and Etsu by themselves now in a 2v3 against 3 block classes. It's like the white girl on the couch. If you know, you know. Oh, it's just rough. Oh, Zachary gets stiffened by the Nova, and that's going to be the end of it. Down goes round 1. Again, this is a best of 5. Against Suzanne, the first one caught out there. He's got to be really careful. He's got to be really careful. He cannot afford to get caught like that so early in the match. All right, we have Meat Boys 2 wins away from money in their pocket right now. 2 wins away. Again, they have compositionally, they have this W. They only lose this if they choose to lose this. I think that it's Zachary, Suzanne, and Etsu over in DAP that just have to play out of their minds into this composition. It's just going to be really hard for them. And the gates are up, and away we go. It looks like it's going to be okay. Yeah, Zachary holding that DOD, not going to find anything. Really fishing for a miracle there. And that's about all the range they've got into this triple shield composition. But again, still postured. Look how defensively. This is just, if you didn't know any better, you'd think that they've never had sex in their lives. Look at that beautiful positioning. Ratro, Johnny Vibe, and then the Drac, who is the most vulnerable of the 3, sitting in the back there. Into the 3 rats who are looking at this like, what in the fuck do we do to this composition? You just have to get behind them and hope for the best. Throw the damage down, hope to catch one of them out, and try to stay protected against that Suck Nova damage. It's Zachary kind of going in for the early pre-engage, as he always does. Johnny Vibe keeping himself protected here. Ratro also keeping himself protected. Zane taking a lot of damage. We're going to keep the camera on him as he tries to run away. He gets stiffened and does not be. Suzanne will go down, and again, it's Etsu. And Zachary going, buddy, where'd you go? And he's like, I'm watching from Spectate. You're doing great. I'm watching from Spectate. This is fine. All right, the 3 block classes staring down the barrel of a quick W here. Zachary kiting in the middle of them, looking for any catch he can find. Grim Reaper comes out, doesn't quite catch anybody. Etsu kiting around, trying to keep his distance. But honestly, Dark Knight very susceptible to that Suck Nova. Those pawns, the Gargoyle. Like that, the Gargoyle knocks you down from behind you most of the time, and the DK only had, like, Shattering Darkness is only a frontal guard. So he's very susceptible to that Suck Nova stiffen, to the Suck Nova KDs. Grim Reaper comes out, doesn't quite catch anybody. Zachary taking a lot of damage, kiting around, doing his best with those iframes that Sork has. Sheepsy with his 3 fingers, all 3 of them on the keyboard, and that Drac damage with those ions come out and absolutely bound it. Etsu, the white girl on the couch, will just finish that match down, and it is a quick 2-0 for Meat Boys. DAP 1 round away from losing out on the prize pool of this tournament. Meat Boys frothing at the mouth. They can taste the third place finish here. They can taste the third place finish here. 350 people watching from home. Meat Boys, can you take it home? Dap, can you bring it back? I know it's tough. I know you're the underdog, but you'll love this. Pimps loves this. Enemy loves this. Ghost loved this shit. You are the underdog. You were born for this shit. You were molded by it. All right, it's gates up and away we go into quite possibly the final round of this third place match. Dap with their backs to the wall, but really it's Meat Boys that are again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Oh my goodness. We just stand here and block. They can't do shit. Etsu poking what he can, but honestly, he can't possibly poke down all 3 block classes. That is not the strategy here. They have to try to look for a lucky catch. Maybe the Awakening hash grab, because again, Suzanne cannot just dive right in. He's got to look for a grab onto one like Sheepsy or Ratro, or honestly, even Johnny if he can find it. Johnny's been the susceptible one so far in this tournament. Okay, a lot of things clashing right now, but no one gets CC'd quite yet. Okay, Suzanne does V, takes a lot of damage. They're sniffing for him right now. Comes out of V, Suzanne kiting around. We're going to try to keep the camera on him as he tries to run around the arena. He's looking to catch a CC. He's trying to play around Zachary. He's trying to play around Etsu. Oh my goodness, but they are just running him down there, trying to sweep the leg on this rookie here. Johnny 5 taking a lot of damage, but Suzanne gets knocked over by that Nova Gargoyle and just goes down. Suzanne will go down, and it's Etsu and Zachary for what quite possibly could be the final time into these 3 shield classes, although they have Ratcho pretty low right now. No, it's Etsu is the only one left alive, and he is kiting his way back onto the other side of the arena. It's only a matter of time. Nope, that is, oh my goodness. He's doing his best. He is kiting back, but he's only at 200 HP, and the bleed is ticking. Nocturne comes through, slanted balance, will not land, and he is still kiting for his life throughout the arena here. Etsu doing his absolute best, hanging on by a thread into 3 block classes. He is waiting for time here, which is really, really smart. Just kiting around, waiting for time to tick health bars down, because as the health ticks down, or as the time ticks down in Arena of Arsha, that so does the health. So you see everybody's locked in now at 50% health. This is his time to shine. He's somehow got to find a Christmas miracle in June against 3 block classes. He has 38 seconds more to kite around. No, he will get caught. He finally does go down. It is Meat Boys 3-0 there, taking home the W and the 3rd place prize pool. Beautiful showing out of Dap. Excellent job making it all the way to the 3rd place match. Beautiful showing coming out. Honestly, the compositionally, it was very difficult. I think Meat Boys played to their strengths and did very, very well in that round. And they played safe, and they played like they had never had sex before in their lives. So got big round of applause. They just brought it home. They say we just take this W. Again, good fights to Dap. Let's look at the bracket one more time. It is gonna be our finals match. Look at that look at that 5-hour queue time versus AOS over Trials. This is the match that we have all been waiting for. It is a best of 5. Let's take a look at the player cards again. The tournament favorite in the finals have not dropped a round yet. Reezy, Flannels, Armin, the absolute goats of their classes. You do not get a better stacked team than that right there. It's just the best of the best of the best PvPers up against, and you guessed it, the best of the best of the best. Again, all of these players are rank 1 on their class in Arena of Solar. Every single one of them is rank 1 on their class on Arena of Solar. These are the best players on the server. This is the highest level match that you are going to find. It is going to be a best of 5. Please get your predictions in. I am going to run an ad before this starts. Yeah, I'm running an ad, Drunken. I'm sorry, I forgot to mute. Okay, I'm running an ad so that none of you have to watch an ad during the finals. Guys, stay tuned. I'm not gonna push it to the start until the ad has finished. So I'll see you guys back in 60 seconds. Wait, Bobo is ranked 2 to Goldstein? No, shut the fuck up, bro. Goddamn, bro. I'm trying to fucking hype shit up, bro. You gotta be such a Debbie Downer. Chill. Bobo, the rank 1 warrior in North America? Oh my god, guys, this is for all the marbles. Keep in mind that the winners of this match get a $150 prize pool. $50 to each player. And then they get 7k pearls per player. That's $70 more per player stacked on top of it. Second place is guaranteed a $75 prize pool. That's $25 per player in cash. And then again, they get 5k pearls per player, and that's guaranteed. That's guaranteed, all thanks to Pearl Abyss. Big shout out to Delphi for helping me hype this tournament up. Thank you so much, buddy, if you're still watching from home. These finals are going to be absolutely lit. Welcome back, everybody. It is time for the finals. It is time. I'm getting predictions in my DMs. I don't want to hear it. We know who is favored here. And it's not Show Nation. Wrap your head around that. That's how good you have to be. That's how good you have to be. Okay, give me the start, stop, start for the finals. Let's go. All right, here we go. We are going. The gates are down for the finals. The players are going to be spawning in. I'm all in on points. Yeah, baby, you love to see it. You love to see it. 5-hour queue time versus AOS over trials. The boys are spawned in. You don't get much more hype than this. This is going to be absolutely nutty. Holy moly, a full team of Cho Nation members into flannels representing Black Rose on the enemy team. Holy shit. Rivals through and through. The best of the best of the best on each other's classes on the server. It's gates up and away we go. It's straight away for Raiden. Is just gonna blitz straight in. They're all over Flannels. Flannels has the V straight off the gun. Trying to get away. No, Flannels did not V. He's just iframing around. That's the problem with Flannels, is you get too close, he iframes. You get too far, but though he had to V. Exactly what I was saying before. You put too much pressure on that Ranger. He just runs out of options. Raiden all over the top of him. Lots of damage going down on Flannels. 10%. No V. Bobody's going to go down 2. It's a trade 1-for-1. The Ninja and Kuno versus the Valkyrie and the Sage. It's a 2v2 now. Raiden at 300 HP, and the bleed is ticking. He's got bleeds on him from every single angle. It is a Kunoichi. It is a goddamn ninja. If you get touched by these guys, you're bleeding. Reezy, beautiful fucking grab, comes through. Raiden on the ground, taking a lot of damage. Could not be. The plate spin comes out and the damage is there. It's Dracul in a 1v2 now against Armin and Reezy. And Dracul says, I've done this before. I've got this shit. Kiting around right now, puts Reezy on the ground. Absolute monster. Oh, he does die though to the Armin damage. Holy shit. They came out and absolutely blitzed Flannels. That is exactly what I was talking about. You have got to come out. You take the nameplates away. You have got to blitz Flannels down and just put so much pressure on him that his asshole cannot bear it anymore. That is exactly what they did. They can't afford to trade Bobody for it. Bobody did his best to kite around as the pressure was put on, but I assume that they're going to try to keep that same strategy up. But Bobody's got to Buddy has got to try to stay on his feet for this one. Oh my god, bro, I can't even catch a breath. Oh my goodness. It is start to finish. It is gates up. And we saw the goddamn Flannels team does bleed. A beautiful vacuum comes through. Flannels lingering that iframe, using the super armor forward, kiting back again, and the strategy is not onto Flannels this time. Armin kiting around. Flannels with not a crazy amount of pressure on him this time. Dracul kiting around the arena too. And again, Flannels with no pressure. You're just eventually gonna lose. We lose the warrior very quickly. Raiden is going down somewhere as well. We're just losing him left, right, and center. The fighting is all over the map. And now it is a 1v3. It is Drac against 3 right now. As Flannels runs through the arena, you can hear the whispers from the crowd. For the rose, bitch. Drac doing his best to represent Show Nation here. But he will go down. I think they were invisible. I think they straight went invisible to me. I straight could not see Drek. But he does go down there, and that was really unfortunate. They did not. They have got to dive Flannels with a can-do attitude. Again, video camera can't keep up with rats. Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that. I'm going to try and keep the camera focused around Flannels, as that is where the action should be. Again, they didn't put any pressure on Flannels there, and I was watching him. But again, the Warrior just can't keep himself protected into all the pressure that Armin and Reezy are putting onto him. So Armin diving straight ahead here. Again, Flannels on the back foot. Looks like they're playing defensively this time. Raiden, oh my goodness, catches Reezy. Reezy does get the V off just before the KD comes down from that Valkyrie jump. And so Reezy is without a V right now. Flannels kiting around, gets knocked over. Flannels is on the ground. It's a KD. Flannels is dead. It's a 3v2. It's exactly what they were looking for. Reezy is without a V as well. He will go down now too. And Armin is asking where his team went. He's on his back. He Vs. It's only a matter of time. They're sniffing around the arena looking for him. They have closed in on him in the middle, and he will go down. That is exactly what they're looking for. Raiden with a god tier catch onto Reezy there to bring it back. AOS fighting for their lives. One match, one set away from losing this tournament. They're 1L away from losing this shit. Bring it back. Take the first round. No one even thought anyone could take a round off a 5-hour queue time. They just did. Joe Nation says, fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, bitch. They just fire straight back at them. Holy shit. This is actually insane. AOS over Trials comes out. They cannot lose this match. They cannot lose this match. They seem to have a winning strategy here. They play very defensively. They let the dive come to them, and they look for the pick. Drak throwing range pressure in. It does look like Flannels is going to kite in. Bowbody gets put on his back, but it looks like he's going to get to his feet. No, the ninjas all jump in. Raiden's really low too. Oh my goodness, they're not going to get the V's off, and everyone is very, very low. But they turn it back around. Raiden, with a beautiful purification, gets his teammates back healthy again. That's the beauty of that Awakening Valkyrie and those heals. Bowbody has to use his V there. Does get caught by Armin. Flannels iframing through the middle of the arena here, trying to avoid the Dracul. Does get knocked down by Flannels. He does have V. He does get it. Oh, he does get it off. And Reezy is down. I repeat, Reezy is dead. Bowbody back to the wall on the Warrior, trying to keep himself alive, but he's on the ground, and it's going to be close. The damage is not quite there. His teammates have enough peel for him. It is a 2v3. Flannels and Armin against the 3 on AOS. For the who, they say, as they run Flannels straight in with that lance. Oh my goodness, Flannels run down Armin again by himself. The Kings being upset here right at the end of time. It is a 3v1. Armin is going, we were supposed to win this. Flannels, did you get the PayPal? Flannels, did you got the money? Okay, make it look close. Make it look close. Good shit, it is 3v1 here. Armin doing what he can to stall for time here and let the HP bars tick down. Bowbody does get caught. Raiden's right there with all the heals, though. He can't get any damage done to him. Armin doing his best. Sage AoE's coming in as well. Armin has to kite out of that. Oh my goodness, goes right back in, trying to look for any catch he can. Armin staying very protected. Oh my god, catches Bowbody again, but will be caught himself. And AOS versus Trials will take this to a game 5. That's right, baby. On the enemy team, 5-hour queue time is literally won both best-in-class tournaments. Won both Tovala Cups. And they are one match away from losing this tournament. They are one match away from losing the Blue Squadron Open. Whoever wins this round wins the game. Reezy has got to play safer. He's getting caught out by Raiden at left, right, and center. Cho Nation says, for the fucking who, bitch? Yeah, that's what I thought. Know your place. Know your place. Holy shit, we're one match away here. It's gates up, and away we go. You can almost hear the choking through the microphone. Oh my goodness. All right, again, AOS versus Trials has really had a lot of success playing from this defensive corner, from this posture here. Armin and Reezy not diving in this time. They want to play very slow as well. It's possible we could see this go to time and a health finish if both teams just want to square off and look at each other. Buddy, just needs... Oh my god, Dracula gets knocked over. They're not going to go in on it, though. Drac just stands back up. No Vs were used. Dracula's going to go in. Nope, he's going to kite right back out on that Awakening Sage mobility. Looks really good. Please don't tell me the class has stamina issues. Looking very, very good right now. A very slow pace. Looks like they've isolated Flannels. This is actually really good for them. They've isolated the Ranger. Flannels doing what he can to kite back here. Somehow manages to get himself out of a 1v3 situation as an Awakening Ranger. Jesus Christ, take notes. Bobody's on his back, though. He stood back up. He Gravediggers, lingers the SA. He's doing just fine now. No CCs quite yet. We're a minute 52. The HP bars are starting to tick down now. And it looks like Bobody gets caught again. He does get the V off, though. And people are getting low. Armin down at 30% right now. So is the Bobody is also down at 30% with no V. Again, all of AOS versus Trials is down at 50% right now. And it looks like a full match reset. Again, still a 3v3 as health starts to tick down. We're at the minute and 30 mark. The health will continue to tick down to the minute mark where we'll be capped at 50% HP. Bobody lingering that SA on that warrior, doing his best to try to stay protected. Dracula throwing a lot of AoE damage over the top of his friends there. And looks like this is going to go to time in the final round. Hundreds of dollars are on the line, and these players don't want to give an inch. Reezy, it looks like he's going to be the first one to go in on the engage here. Isn't quite going to catch anything. Raiden taking a lot of damage there. Terra Sancta missing wide. Going very, very low on health is Reezy. Reezy at 5%. And it looks like Reezy's gonna know Flannels will get picked off! AOS! Oh my god! And in a complete upset turnaround, Cho Nation says, for the who? You're trash! You're fucking trash! Oh my goodness! What a match! Into a best of 5. AOS versus Trials will bring it back! Will absolutely bring it back and upset who we thought was just gonna go all the way. It's good fights to everybody that came out. 5-hour queue time gave it everything they had. Absolutely stellar. You just do not see better PvP than that right there. Like, I'm sorry. You just don't see it. You just don't see it. Oh my goodness. Armin, tell me how you feel about what just happened. I'm so sorry. It's too soon. It's raw. It's too raw. It's too... Shh. Hush now. Hush now. Hush now. All right, guys, what a tournament finish. You could not ask for a more hype finish than that. You could not ask for more. You could not ask for more action than that either. It will be AOS over Trials taking home the number one. The AOS versus Trial taking home the number 1 first place finish in the Blue Squadron Open. It will be 5-hour queue time, of course, taking home 2nd place. And Meat Boys coming in hot with that 3rd place finish. Absolutely spectacular from start to finish. Yo, Drunken, thank you so much, buddy. Couldn't have done it without you. Okay. I would like to interview the winners. If I could get the winners to come in a voice, just jump into like one of the voice channels in the Blue Squadron Discord and I will pull you. Absolutely insane. Hey, Armin did get a lot of payout here. Obviously, they had a great team. I think the AOS versus Trial played their composition really, really well. I think people underrate the Sage damage. Armin, I do, like, again, we're talking about the best of the best of the best. Armin is one of the very best players on the entire server. I mean, he is the best right now as far as AOS goes. But today, it was AOS over Trials coming out on top of it. All right, let me pull him up. Bro, you guys are freaking heroes. Absolute heroes. Okay, tell me what you guys were thinking going into that finals match. Oh, okay, hold up. Hold up, let me, hold on, they can't hear you yet. I have to turn on the, okay, now go.
We lost every single scrim against Flannel's team hard, so I was not expecting.
You lost every scrim and you still beat them?
I think we won 2 rounds off of them, but out of like
rounds,
15, 20 rounds,
Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
So we changed up our plans a little bit. From our scrim, we learned that the enemy team, we were going for Armin for a lot of times because Ninja has the highest gaps
right
when they engage like that. So we, instead of going for that same thing, because we lost every scrim, so we went for the Ranger, we pressured the Ranger, and we waited out timers so we can kill them in super armor.
Wow. Yeah, no, I noticed that the first round you guys dove flannels really hard, which kind of looked like a recipe for success there. I thought that's what you guys were going to do every time. But then as it turns out, you guys just played defensively, and you let them come to you, and you just reactionarily pounded ass.
Yeah.
Actually just killed it. So a big congratulations for that first place finish. Did you guys think that you were going to come in first today when you signed up for the tournament? Did you think at all that you were going to make it this far? I know.
Show without
Did you not
Gears
see
OP.
my title? Did you not see my title coming in here on my trials?
No, what was your title?
I never lose.
Oh my god, and he didn't. And he didn't. Absolutely beautiful play from all three of you. Do you guys have any idea what cosplay you guys want me to do? You guys can think about it. You don't have to choose right now. You guys can think about it.
I'm fine asking the Cho Discord. I don't know about it.
Yeah, I'll ask the show this.
You're gonna leave
I'll
it?
give you some
You
professional.
can't leave it to the
opinion.
masses. It's your... Oh, fuck. Oh, no.
We need
I
some
might have an
professional
idea.
opinion.
Well, yeah, we'll discuss it.
All right, sounds good. Hey, guys, good fights today. Thank you for coming out. Excellent job. Absolutely killed it. Big shout out to all of our teams that came out today. You're all heroes. I love all of you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you all for watching the tournament. I'm going to go into the post-game wrap-up, guys. Thank you so much.
Nice.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to still talk to you for a little while about the production and things like that as we kind of cool off here. GG's, yeah, that was the hypest tournament, guys. You don't get finishes like that. You can't even script that. You know what I mean? You can't even script that. Actually insane. Actually insane. I want to give a big shout out to my mods who kept the chat under control. Hopefully it didn't get too crazy. Thank you for doing all the predictions, and guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I want a big shout out especially to Drunken Leaf, who was my tournament czar. He helped keep things moving throughout the tournament. I couldn't have done it without my mods and Drunken. So thank you so much to the people that helped me. Everybody that came out and watched, thank you so much for coming out and watching. You have no idea how much this cost. It was such a hard production. It was such a hard production to put together, but I hope that you all enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please follow. At least follow me. At least throw me the follow. As it helps support me. It helps, and if you really, really want to help out, sub or donate. That helps make more stuff like this in the future. More stuff like this in the future. Roots followed me. Thank you so much, Roots. I appreciate it. I'm going to catch up on chat a little bit, guys. Stainer McGee, thanks for the follow. Cage Sombra, thanks for the follow. Lucky Charms, 1987, thank you so much for the follow. DVRX Wolf, thanks for the follow. Jen BDO, thank you for the follow as well. Suzen Juji, Sluzzy is Doobie. All thank you for the follows, guys. Hey, welcome to the stream, guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed the broadcast. RME resubbed for 8 months. Thank you so much, RME. You know I love you to death. I hope all is well. Ari cheered 1 bit. Thank you, Ari. I appreciate that. I love you too, buddy. I love you too. Thank you to everybody that came out and participated in the tournament. Thank you to everybody that came out and supported the tournament. Everybody gave it their all today. Everybody came out and had a great time, hopefully. And I hope that you guys really, really did enjoy it. This was a test for me. Winding down a little bit, this was a test for me. I wanted to see what I was capable of as a content creator, so this was like my first big event that I really wanted to come out and show people what I was capable of. So you have the green screen for the first time. You have all new transitions and stuff. Hopefully you guys really enjoyed it. It will encourage me. Please give me your feedback in the Discord or whatever. It will encourage me to do more stuff like this in the future. Garland Gay with the Prime sub. Thank you so much, buddy. I really appreciate it. Welcome to the squadron. Thank you. Sensei Domo, thanks for the follow as well. I really appreciate it. God, what a day this has been. Holy moly. Honestly, we blazed straight through that tournament. We got through that in 3 hours. I was expecting 5 or 6 hours. No shit. 5 or 6 hours, no cap. Oh my god, Sogerin has gifted a sub. Gifted a sub to Armin TF. Armin, welcome back, buddy. Hey, buddy, great job today. I'm sorry you came up short, but your team performed really well. You should be proud of yourselves. Really came out. That was Armin's first tournament back. Came out in second place finish. Barely eked out into the second place finish there. But again, rank 1 AOS player. Phenomenal guy. We love to see him coming off the CM team. Sogren gifting T1 subs to Immortal Raiden and Tenshi X. Welcome to the squadron. Thank you so much, Sogren. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Lexus with a 500 bits. Thank you so much, Lex. Thank you so much for all the support, guys. This costs a really good amount of money to put on. Hopefully the ones in the future will cost less money. I have another big shout out I want to give to Delphi and the CM team. Delphi particularly because he helped support the prize pool for the tournament. I could not have done it. It would not have been nearly as hype without Delphi, as my wallet ran a little thin towards the end. So big shout out to Pearl Abyss for helping sponsor the tournament. Thank you so much. Being a part of the content creator program pays its dividends. Thank you. Woo, baby. All right, guys. Let me see. Who do we want? Who are we throwing it over to? This is the biggest raid I have ever personally actually gotten. Let me see. Is Armin streaming? Let me see. Is anyone that was in the tournament streaming right now is the real question. Dyrus, Banzi, Wardy, Wakashi, Vert, Jackie, Suzanne! That's my homie. He's getting it. My homie. Guys, I'm going to send you out. I will see you guys this coming week. We're going to return to the standard stream schedule as normal. I will relay in the Discord. Join the Discord. You will see what the cosplay is, the big reveal, when they figure out what they want to get, what they want me to dress up as. The big reveal will come in the Discord and on Twitter. Please follow me on Twitter, or subscribe to me on YouTube. This broadcast will be put on YouTube for you guys to see for future purposes. I love all of you so very much. Thank you for supporting me. You guys have a great rest of the evening. Good night. Or good afternoon, I guess. Good afternoon.
Gonna raid me? I was like, bro, what? What's up, Moon? What's up, Ari? Blue, thanks for the huge raid! Wow, a completely unexpected raid. You're so funny.